showing. Why is it not? Why is it not playing? No, it's coming up here.
Grace Christian Academy wins the toss and elects to receive.
Sure. We gotta go. I know. It's like 0 setup time. Says we're live. Okay, no, we're good. We're good on there.
Hello again, everybody. David Clary along with Alex Myers, Caleb Riker, and Titus Fetters. We are live here at Grace Christian Academy getting set for this middle school ball game. The Oak Ridge High School Wildcats not playing, it's Robertsville taking on the Grace Christian Academy, the first middle school game of the year. And here's the kickoff by Robertsville. It's going to be bounding around to the 30-yard line. It's going to be fallen upon around the 26-yard line, and that is where Grace will take over first down and 10 yards to go. And their offense will come onto the field. I know you played for Robertsville, Alex, so I know it's exciting for you to come and watch your quote-unquote alma mater, but our first look at the middle school this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Always go Rams, Dave, no matter the time, place, or date. Cool for me to broadcast one of these. Appreciate you guys letting me jump on here. I've done a Robertsville-Jefferson basketball game, but I've never broadcasted a Robertsville or Jefferson football game. So just by the looks of it, this is a really big team, David, and not just in size, but the numbers. This is one of the bigger middle school football teams, numbers-wise, I think I've seen.
Ethan Utley is the quarterback for the Rams. They're moving left to right, and we're about to get set here. 8-minute quarters here in the middle school game. The Rams will have 3 receivers split to the right, a single man to the left, 1 lone running back. The roster is not in numerical order, so you might want to help me out here a little bit, Alex. As the quarterback takes a snap, looks to throw, has pressure. He's going to be nearly sacked, eludes the first wave, eludes the second, and picks up a first down and more. He's down the sideline to the 50-yard line and pushed out of bounds at the Robertsville 45. Robertsville had him in the backfield, but Utley was able to elude that first wave, and he moves for a first down.
Yeah, that's the thing about middle school athletics in general. Kids' bodies develop so differently and at such different times. Utley, while being the quarterback, he's actually maybe one of the bigger players on the field for Grace right now. So not only did he show you the speed and quickness, but also he's going to be a load to bring down. He's a big kid.
Officially, the ball is at the 45-yard line of the Rams. As I mentioned, they're moving left to right. We're live on our YouTube channel. Robertsville and the Grace Christian Academy Rams. My name is David Clary, along with Alex Myers, Caleb Riker, Titus Fetters. The ball is at the 45. We don't have the best camera angle, so there might be times where it goes out of the picture. Here's a pass down the way. Pass is going to be caught, and that's going to be a touchdown. Number 2 makes the reception, and that's a 45-yard strike, and Robertsville trails it by a score of 6-0.
That was Cannon May on the catch. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. And actually, if I'm honest, Dave, playing cornerback that time for Robertsville, Caston Seaman was in pretty good position. Caston's a good athlete, so is his brother. He was in good position. He didn't get his head around in time, so he didn't get his arm up. But he was there, pretty good coverage, just a great throw and catch by a Grace athlete. And it looked like the kid for Robertsville who tried to make the tackle, I think that was Josiah McClure, really impressive, big-looking kid on the field. It looks like he's shaken up at the end of that play.
And while they attend to him, why don't we take a quick timeout? We are live here at Grace Christian on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You've worked hard to build your business, and we want to help you protect it. The team at Fox Insurance Group believes your business deserves the expertise of a local insurance agent. With business insurance from Todd Fox at Fox Insurance Group and Encova Insurance, you can make sure your business stays up and running no matter what happens. If you own a business, make sure it's fully protected by contacting Fox Insurance Group. Visit www.grayfoxins.com or call 865-482-0513.
Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy. The Rams versus Rams here today, so I'll have to call them Grace against Robertsville as they go for the extra point. They'll line it up for 2. Two receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. Slot man right, quarterback hands it off to the back, and he is in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And The Grace Christian Academy Rams lead it 8-0.
Yeah, Braylon Mathis there on the delayed handoff, and it was just really good patience by him. A lot of times, young running backs, especially when they get near the goal line, they just want to go full speed ahead. And while that can be effective, it was actually really great what he did that time. The hole wasn't there, and he just kind of tiptoed until there was a little gap, and just needing a couple yards, he just kind of lunged forward into the end zone. So it's 8-0 early for the Grace Rams.
You know, one thing I like about Grace, their press box here, it's 3 levels here and a lot of room, and it's very spacious. In the middle levels, it's very cold. Up here on the top floor, it's pretty hot.
Yeah, not so cold. I can tell you that much. As we get set for the kickoff, you know, kickoffs at any level, but especially at the middle school level, you know, this is kind of still a new concept for a lot of these kids that are young players. These can be exciting plays.
In a moment, Alex will run down the starting lineups for the offense. We didn't really get a chance to do the defense as they scored on 2 plays, basically. And here's the kick. It's a high kick fielded by Robertsville at the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50-yard line down the right sideline. He's going to take it in for a touchdown, I do believe. 20, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone. No flags down. Touchdown, Robertsville.
Kamoy Willis, we just talked about how these plays can be some of the more exciting plays in the sport, especially at this level. Willis got some good blocking, started out up the middle, didn't cut outside immediately, but after he got past that initial line of defenders, got to the outside, and there wasn't a Grace Ram on the field who was going to catch Willis.
And they'll go for, well, I think they'll go for the extra point. I'm looking for the Robertsville team. They're huddling over there with the head coach of the Robertsville Rams. That would be Ron Gray, assisted by Tyler Carr, who was the head coach, who's been an assistant before when Coach James Branson was the head coach there. And I don't see Eli Manning. I did see Coach Tate over there. Caleb, I know you played for Robertsville, probably a little bit more familiar with that group, as they'll go for 2 as well, trying to tie the ball game with exactly 7:19 to play in the first quarter here from Grace. Handoff goes into the end zone, and we've got a tie ball game. So we have only seen 3 offensive plays, and we've seen 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Lemire Porter that time, another big, strong, tall, good-looking kid in the backfield. Porter for Robertsville, and they did have a different quarterback. I'll go over what was the presumed starting lineups before these next 2 drives, but I will say the initial starting quarterback for the Rams, was going to be Josiah McClure. He's the one who got shaken up at the end of that last touchdown from Grace. And instead for Robertsville, the quarterback in the game on that 2-point conversion was Tavin Seaman. Tavin, a good athlete, really good basketball player. Both Seaman brothers are very good athletes, not only on the football field, but it'll be interesting to see, Dave, if Seaman continues to trot out there at quarterback next possession, or if McClure is healthy enough to get back out there.
So once again, Robertsville will be kicking off. I don't know if were you able to run down the line?
I'm just doing this right.
Okay, here's the kick. It's a little squib kick, fumbled, picked up, and fallen upon at the 39-yard line. Go for it, Alex Myers.
For the defense for the Robertsville Rams, starting at defensive end, number 61, Lemire Montgomery. At defensive tackle, number 75, Jarrell Curry. The other defensive end in the 3-man front, number 78, Oliver Pagel. At linebackers, there's 4 of them. Number 11, Everett Hartman. Number 38, Dominic Campbell. Number 7, Bentley Pettis. And number 15, Ben Hartman. At cornerback, number 2, Kamani Willis. Free safety, number 18, Cashton Seaman. Strong safety, Lemire Porty. He was wearing number 0, and he is back out there for the Rams. And at cornerback, number 1, Josiah McClure.
From the 39-yard line of the Rams, they're moving left to right once again. They scored on 2 plays. The Rams scoring on their opening play. Quarterback, big guy. He looks over to the sideline. A lot of familiar faces as we walked in here. Former Oak Ridgers, part of the program here. We saw Justin Price, the former Campbell County head coach and former Anderson County Maverick player and player at Maryville College. Quarterback's going to roll to his right, looks to throw again, and wide open once again, but he's going to go short. Ball's almost picked off by number 15 for the Robertsville Rams, and that is Ben Hartman.
Wonder if he's related to former Prep Radio star Brian there. David, maybe you can answer that for us. And for Grace, clearly early on they're trying to establish a passing game. They've tried 3 passes. All 3 that they've tried have gone to the right side, or they were looking to the right side. The first of which the quarterback took off and ran, second of which was a touchdown. That was the third.
Second down, 10 yards to go. We're down to 7:08 to play here in this first quarter. So we've had 2 touchdowns in what appears to be less than a minute of play, unless they were 10-minute quarters, as the Rams will look over to the sideline. Sun setting here in the beautiful facility in the hills right down Oak Ridge Highway is where Grace is located. Second down, 10 yards to go. Quarterback to pass deep once again. He is wide open, but the pass is overthrown and incomplete. Unfortunately, Robertsville's letting the receivers get behind them, and that time the pass just a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, they're not checking them or anything at the line of scrimmage. They're giving them respect, giving them that space, but when they go by, Robertsville, bad habit there, still getting caught kind of in their back pedal. They've got to get their hips turned, and the free safety, I believe it's Cashin Seaman, he's got to know that they're looking to go deep. 3 receivers right once again. Third
down, 10 yards to go. As we're broadcasting live, Titus Fetters doing our top work. We've got Caleb Riker with us as well. Got some of our Friday crew on this Thursday night. We have no Oak Ridge game on Friday. The Wildcats will be playing next Friday at Powell. We'll have a full crew there, and we'll be on our YouTube channel along with FM 92.7. Third down, 10 yards to go. Quarterback's rolling. Looks to throw in the flats. Pass is caught once again, and he is tackled. One thing that I noticed just looking down there, they've got a height advantage over the defensive backs for Robertsville.
They absolutely do. For Robertsville, the cornerback is just not real tall. They've got some height in that secondary, but unfortunately for Robertsville, Grace is matching up what appears to be their easily tallest receiver against him. So I wondered if Coach Carr might make an adjustment at some point to try to switch that matchup.
Ball's now at the Robertsville 35-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. There's movement across the line by the Robertsville Rams, and that's going to cost them 5 unless they were drawn off sides, and I don't think that's the case. That is encroachment against the defense. It'll be first down, 5 yards to go for Grace Christian Academy. They are also the Rams. Ball's put down at the 30-yard line. We're trying to get Alex's comments in between pizza bites. Did you not eat today, Alex?
No, I got off at about 10 after 6, and I was here at 6:30, so following all speed limits, of course.
6:23 to play. First quarter, 8-8 is our score here from Grace as we're broadcasting this middle school game live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Quarterback once again is going to pass. Pass is going to be caught, and moving the ball forward to around the 24-yard line before the stop is made by the Rams.
Lemire Montgomery coming back from that nose tackle position, showing some speed and athleticism and heart and effort on that play, running down, making the play 10, 15 yards down the field. That's rare to see from a defensive tackle.
First down, 10 yards to go for Grace Christian. 5:45 and counting in the first quarter in an 8-8 ball game. Robertsville in their red pants and white jerseys. Mavericks in their, the Rams in their blue, Anderson County. Here's another pass, and they haven't really tried to run the ball. They're going to cut back inside and move the ball across the 15-yard line. Robertsville's going to have to come up on those receivers a little bit. They're giving them a lot of space.
And that's what we're talking about earlier in this drive, Dave. They're not checking the receivers at the line, and because of that, Robertsville's defensive backs are still in their back pedal while the Grace Rams receivers are in full stride running back behind them, and that's just not a fair matchup. You're going to have to make an adjustment.
Another first down. The ball is at the 15-yard line. They're going to run the ball this time. Number 3's got the carry, moves the ball down to the Robertsville 5-yard line before he stopped there by the Robertsville Rams.
Braylon Mathis, he's the one who converted that 2-point conversion on the first drive for Grace. He's a big, tall running back for this level.
Back up they come once again. One lone running back, actually a slot man to the right. They've got receivers both sides of the field. Quarterback takes the snap, fires it in the flats, pass is caught. He has smooth sailing into the end zone. That is a touchdown once again, and it's now the Rams taking the lead by a score of 14-8.
Cannon Derry once again. That's his second touchdown of the game. Clearly the guy they're targeting. They've targeted him with short passes, little bubble screens. That's what that was that time. The first drive, it was lengthy, long passes. So clearly this kid is a guy they want to get involved on. And Robertsville is going to have to make an adjustment.
And they'll go for another 2-point conversion. We have seen a lot of offense. We're only at the 4:31 mark of the first quarter. And We've already seen 3 touchdowns as they go for the 2-point conversion once again. Once again, looking back to the sideline. Good to see a lot of familiar faces as we walked in the door. A lot of Oak Ridgers have kind of taken Grace under their wing as a timeout is asked for. Here from Grace, we'll take one quickly. No, it's going to be a delay of game, I believe, called against. Maybe didn't see this. It is going to be maybe we'll delay a game against them. I was going to take a timeout. So it's a 5-yard penalty. I think it was delay called. The way he signaled it, it was not exactly the way I've seen it signaled before, but they'll go for 2 once again, this time from the 8-yard line. Snap goes to the quarterback. He rolls to his right, might run it, might throw it, throws the ball, intercepted by the Rams. So that stops the 2-point conversion, and we go to the next kickoff by Grace. 14-8 our score. We'll be back to Grace Christian Academy in 30 seconds.
This is Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, and you're listening to Wildcat Football on FM 92.7 WIJV.
Read them first, make sure they're sponsors. Just do it. Yeah, no, never mind. Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy. The Grace Rams on top of Robertsville by a score of 14-8 with exactly 4 minutes, 31 seconds to play. And once again, we haven't really gotten a chance to run down the Robertsville offense. We'll get a chance to do that. They scored on their first play. Grace to kick off. Number 11 to do the honors for them.
That'd be Dawson Rofs.
It's an onside kick, and it's going to go bounding out of bounds. It didn't go the required, well, it goes out of bounds, and Robertsville has a chance to take it right there, and they will, and that is at their own 45-yard line. So a good starting position for the Robertsville Rams.
Yeah, and I'll run down the lineups, Dave. I don't know, we've misplaced the probable starting lineups. There we go. We'll get them after. Well, no, we got still time. As I mentioned earlier, the quarterback is going to be interesting to watch. Apparently, he's a little bit banged up. We'll see if the probable starter, number 1, Josiah McClure, is able to get back in there or not. At running back, it's 0, Lemire Porter. At number 69, the right tackle is Malik Teasley. At right guard, number 51, Daniel Williams. Center, number 55, Caleb Cooper. Left guard, number 71, Spencer Hatmaker. Left tackle, number 66, Braylon Payne. At tight end, number 11, Everett Hartman. At wide receiver, there's 3 of them. Number 18, Caston Seaman. Number 2, Kamoy Willis. And number 15, Ben Hartman.
And here comes Robertsville to the line. Once again, they scored on their first play from scrimmage. They have the ball officially at their own 44-yard line. The snap goes, the handoff goes once again, and there's another big hole, 50. 45 down the Grace sideline, makes a cut across the field, and guess what? He might take it in. Oh, he tried to make a cut back inside. Probably should have stayed to the outside. I think he would have taken it in, but it's a great gain all the way down to the 20-yard line of Grace. Will it be first down, 10 yards to go?
And you have to wonder, with the last name Porter, is he potentially a younger sibling of a guy who ran the ball well for Oak Ridge last Friday night, Demillion Porter?
I think he might be related to Adrian Porter.
As well?
But Caleb says no. Caleb, you...
That's Jatalis Henderson's little brother, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm glad you're up here, Caleb, as they come to the line, Robertsville does. The ball is at the 20-yard line. They're moving right to left here in the first quarter. Quarterback hands it off to the back, and once again, this time he's kind of hit right at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Grace Christian Rams to stop. It'll be second and long.
Nice penetration on that right side of that defense. I guess it's the left side of that Grace Rams defense that time. This is a back in Porter. Those long striders at any level, you want to get to them before they get ahead of steam. Derrick Henry, I think of him, a guy like Foster back in the day. Those guys are most effective when they get the ball with the head of steam. Get them into the backfield before they get those legs churning. It's a lot easier to make the play.
Loss of a yard on the play. Second down, 11 yards to go from the 21-yard line. Robertsville trailing 14-8. They're going to throw their first pass. It's going to be dropped. It's incomplete. It'll be third down and 11 yards to go.
And that is the second-string quarterback filling in for the guy who's banged up, McClure, and that would be number 16, Tavin Seaman.
So it's a big play for the Grace Christian defense. As I look, they look a little bit bigger than do the Robertsville Rams. I mentioned how the small secondary. We don't have the classes for the Robertsville roster here. I don't know if they're seven.
I do think I coached last year in basketball, Tavin Seaman and his brother who's in the secondary, and I think both of them are in 7th grade, but that's about all I know.
And big play as Robertsville, it looks like they're going to call a timeout. That is the case. 2:53 to play first quarter. 14-8 Grace on top of Robertsville. Back in 30 seconds.
For the past 12 years, Oak Ridge native and physical therapist Donnie Sharp has been helping this community using his hands-on approach to physical therapy. Donnie and his staff at East Tennessee Spine and Sport will address your specific needs in a kind and caring manner. Treatment of neck pain, back pain, and many other orthopedic issues are their specialty. If you're hurting, they can help. Call East Tennessee Spine and Sport today at 888-5431 to schedule your appointment or visit ESTTNSPINESPORT.com.
Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy. The Robertsville Rams trailing in this ball game by a score of 14-8, 2:53 to play. Robertsville faced with third down and a long 11 yards to go for a first down.
And this is an interesting play right here that Robertsville's drawing up. Obviously, Coach Gray with his offensive mind. But you've got a young quarterback in here who's not used to being in this spot, but obviously a clear passing situation. Wonder if they might try to get a little screen, something simple to get his confidence up.
They've got three receivers split to the right. Third down, 12 yards to go. Man comes in motion. They are going to run the ball, and he is going to be met and gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Might have lost. Tried to kind of fool him a little bit. Went with the run with Porter, and it's now fourth down and now 12.5 yards to go for a first.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't fool him. But, you know, here clearly at this level, obviously, a lot of two-point conversions for a lot of teams and a lot of fourth down conversions, even though it's fourth and long. To me, it looked like he was driven forward for a couple of yards, but somehow it's actually 4th and 12 instead of 3rd and 11 like it was a minute ago. Titus showing some dance moves in the studio. I don't think we've seen that.
It's too bad we don't have a camera on him. He's doing the camera right now. Fourth down, 12 yards to go. Quarterback's going to roll to his right, has some pressure, looks, fires it into the end zone, passes incomplete. It was actually to the 5-yard line. He got popped as he delivered the pass. I thought initially he might try to run it in, at least to get the first down, but he overthrew his receiver and Grace takes over. First stop we've seen on defense by either team.
Yeah, and it looked like he was, it looked like Seaman was trying to target Kamani Willis, who it was actually a pretty smart read by Seaman. It was the right play. He was past the sticks. He was open. There was a little bit of a gap, not wide open, but open enough to make that play. Unfortunately, like you said, he just got hit rather hard right as he was releasing it.
So back on defense will go the Rams of Robertsville. 2:03 to play. Like I said, they're both Rams, so I need to just say Robertsville and Grace. Hit me next time I just say Rams.
Well, you gave me permission. Folks at home, you heard it. If you hear an owl.
Ball's at the 21-yard line. They're going to pass. Lots of pressure. Quarterback's in a lot of trouble. Sacked. He is dropped behind the line of scrimmage all the way back to the 5-yard line. Good pressure, good penetration, and a really big defensive play for Robertsville.
Huge pivotal play right there. And who else but Lemire Montgomery. And that's a big kid back there, Utley at quarterback. Not easy to bring him down. He almost got away, but Montgomery, it looked like the old tearaway jerseys, Dave. He was about 3 feet away and still hanging on to that jersey.
Huge loss on the play. Back officially, they're going to say the 10-yard line. They need to get to the 33 for a first. We're in the first quarter, 14-8 the score, minute 25 to play in this first period, live from Grace Christian Academy. Receivers left and right. Quarterback rolls, dumps the pass, is going to be caught in a slant, moves the ball up the field, and is tackled at around the 21-yard line. Got the yardage back after the sack, but it'll bring up third down at about 10.
And, you know, it's interesting. Price, I believe this is his first year at Grace High School. And it's starting this offense. There's some flashes of what we used to see at Campbell County, even at the middle school level. Heavy on the pass, but they'll go long, but they're also not afraid to run some motions, some sort of pivot screens. It's some interesting stuff.
51 seconds to play and counting in the first quarter. 14-8 the score. Once again, the Rams of Grace Christian have it third down, and we'll call it 9.5 yards to go for a first. Down to 30 seconds to play. Taking a while. Play clock not working. Quarterback's going to pass, goes deep, floats it up there. The man is there. The pass is going to be caught, and he's going to take it down the field once again, and that is going to be a touchdown. It has just been a jump ball situation. They throw it up to the taller receivers, and the defensive backs from Robertsville just don't have the size, and that's a touchdown.
Yeah, just a really nice, pretty good throw, but just really a better catch, and it was a lot of concentration, showed some balance, really impressive play by that young receiver for Grace, who, like you said, it was just a jump ball situation. He went up for it. It looked like the defensive backs weren't in terrible position, but I think, Dave, unfortunately, they went for the interception and not for the hit. They go for the hit, probably a big gain instead of a touchdown. But Easton Housewright with a big run after catch for the touchdown.
13 seconds to play in the first quarter. It is now 20-8, and they'll go for a 2-point conversion once again. We're late in the first quarter. 13 seconds, as I mentioned. They line it up to our right, hopefully in camera view. I don't know if Titus can get that. Windows are kind of an obstruction here, and there's movement across the line. Flags are down. From the backside, I was kind of surprised it didn't come from the line judge. It's going to be a legal procedure against Grace Christian.
It looked like one of those deals where everybody moved but the guy who's supposed to snap the ball. So somehow there was a miscommunication, but hopefully if you're Robertsville, this can kind of play this to your advantage. They already missed the last 2-point conversion. You'd love to get another stop here.
And
Hey, do I have to tweet at these games as well?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
In fact, I kind of like the fact that we have an extra person up here doing scoreboard and playing some commercials on our stream.
No thanks to Mike Sheehan. I appreciate him showing up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, where is he?
I don't know. He doesn't want his paycheck this week.
Our paychecks are so big, you know that? As they go for two, do the Rams of Christian Academy. Looks like the 7-yard line. Quarterback once again gets the snap, pressured, fires it into the end zone, incomplete. So the 2-point conversion try fails. So with 13 seconds to play in the first quarter, we've got a 20-8 lead. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Your pets are part of the family, and the caring professionals at MacArthur Animal Hospital know this, and they put their years of veterinary experience in caring to work. MacArthur Animal Hospital is located at 2190 Oak Ridge Turnpike in Oak Ridge. To learn more or to make an appointment, please call Dr. Paul Sluha at 865-482-1797. MacArthur Animal Hospital is proud to support some other cats too, the Oak Ridge Wildcats, and they would like to wish them well this season. MacArthur Animal Hospital, proudly serving the Oak Ridge area.
Number 11, Dawson Roots, set to kick for Grace.
We'll be back here welcome back here to Grace. 13 seconds to play. The Rams of Robertsville back to receive the kick. They tried a little onside kick before. They're going to do it again. High bouncing kick. You got to go get the ball. It's going to be recovered by Robertsville, or by the Rams of Christian Academy. One thing, you don't see a lot of that, and especially at this level, even though they play a lot of football, they need to be more aggressive. When the ball's coming, you can't let it just bounce, and unfortunately, Robertsville wasn't able to get it.
Yeah, and a lot of times at this age, kids, like you said, you're just kind of a little tentative still, and you're wanting to make sure you're in the right position, make sure you're doing the right thing, and football is a sport, unfortunately. Typically, the more you think, the worse you play. You want guys out there that aren't in their heads, just reacting and reading and reacting and being aggressive, like you said. And like you said, that time, Grace just clearly the more aggressive team that went up and got that ball. And I would not be surprised. A lot of times you see that for a turnover. That not really a turnover, but certainly a similar feel for the Robertsville defense, who finds themselves right back out there. Wouldn't be surprised to see a deep shot on this play or maybe the next.
Officials talking with the coaching staff at Grace, and let's see. Was there a penalty? Nope. Looks like they're going to put it right down at midfield, and it'll be, the ball was touched, they say, by Grace. So that means Robertsville is going to get the ball. So they touched it before the 10 yards. So good break there for Robertsville.
Really good break there. And now if you're Robertsville, you've got to respond here. You're down. All the momentum in this one is clearly going towards Grace right now. You need to steady the ship here, kind of like the Wildcats did last Friday after they got down. Just keep playing your game and get back in this ball game with a scoring drive here.
So back on offense will go the Robertsville Rams. 13 seconds to play in the first quarter in a 20-8 ball game.
Starting quarterback back in.
And he's a big kid, as you mentioned. They don't have their sizes, but he's tall. As the snap is good, and he's going to run it, and he's going to get yardage, and he's going to cut outside 45-40, 35-30, 25-20 yard line. Goes down at the 19-yard line as the first quarter comes to a close. Nice run by Porter.
Yeah, I apologize. That was not the starting quarterback. It was Porter back in at the running back. He was actually in the Wildcat that time, taking a direct snap.
And that's the end of the first quarter. We are live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, the Robertsville Rams and the Grace Christian Academy Rams. 20-8 our scores. We go to the second quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Washboard Wash and Fold offers services other laundry services can't do. Hotels, restaurants, and vacation rentals use our service for their linens, towels, etc. Our turnaround time is 24 to 48 hours, which frees up your time to attend to other business matters. Don't attempt to handle your laundry on your own when Washboard Wash and Fold is here to service your needs. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and we're closed on Sundays. Don't forget our after-hours drop-off chute. We're located at 113 Robertsville Road. Try us out today.
The Pizza Inn of Oak Ridge is serving up made-to-order pizzas for dine-in and carry-out just in time for your Wildcat tailgates and parties. The Pizza Inn drive-thru is open, but they invite you to dine in with them at their Turnpike location. It's football season, so check out their new Pep Rally Pizza. It's sweet, spicy, crisp, crunchy, and loaded with pepperoni. Or try an extra-large New York pizza for $12.99. The Oak Ridge Pizza Inn is the site of Crunch Time, featuring head coach Derek Rang each Wednesday at 7. Come rediscover America's hometown pizza buffet, the Pizza Inn of Oak Ridge.
Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy. Robertsville has it first down, 10 yards to go at the Grace 19-yard line. Opening play, second period. Here's the pitch and the run, moving across the 15-yard line to the 10, all the way down to the 8-yard line. He's kept driving his feet, and Porter is such a strong, big kid. He just kept on going. It's a great gain for Robertsville, another first down.
Yeah, and again, it's just one of those scenarios with a big, tall guy like that running the ball. The worst thing you can see is getting him 3 or 4 strides downhill before he gets to the line. If you can penetrate the offensive line and get back there before he gets going, it's a much, much easier to tackle. Big kid like that, once he gets a little paddling downfield, even if you hit him, he's still falling forward for 2 or 3 yards.
I know Braden Sharp's watching our broadcast right now, former Robertsville Ram, sophomore member of the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Once again, Robertsville has it, first down, a goal to go now. The ball is at the 8-yard line. The direct snap once again, a big hole into the end zone. That is another Robertsville touchdown. So they score once again. That's Porter once again taking it across, and Robertsville now trails it by a score of 20-14. Caleb, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, we got off to a bit of a slow start in the first quarter by, obviously just getting stopped. I mean, that's obviously bad, and having our starting quarterback get injured on the first offensive play, the second offensive play. There's somebody down on Grace, but Josiah, he's a really good athlete. I've known him since I was in elementary school. He's always been a bigger kid. Really sucks that he's hurt. I think he told me whenever I was down there he has a broken pinky right now, so best of luck to him. He said he'd be back and healthy in 2 weeks. Let's see if that changes, though.
Both you and Alex played for Robertsville. You played more recently. You played for Coach Branson. Coach Gray's the head coach now. Coach Tyler Carr, who was the head coach, is the assistant coach. What was he like to play for?
Loud, very, very energetic, and a very good defensive coach, in my opinion. It was amazing under that coaching staff. I loved it. I love football there.
That's Caleb Riker. The injured Christian Academy Ram comes off the field. The Robertsville Rams now going for 2 with 7:05 to play in the first half. Direct snap once again. He looks like he wants to throw it. He does in the end zone. It's incomplete. And the 2-point conversion try fails. 7:05 to play first half. 20-14. Robertsville trails. We'll take another break. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Main Street Lofts, a premier rental community in the heart of historic Oak Ridge, Tennessee, offering studio, 1, 2, and 3-bedroom newly built apartment homes. Enjoy both 24-hour modern fitness centers. Take a dip in our sparkling saltwater swimming pool. Cozy up on a chilly night at our fire pit by our grilling area, or take a nap in one of our hammocks. Your furry, four-legged friends will surely love exercising in our pet park and getting pampered in our pet spa. Schedule a tour of your new home today or visit us 24/7 at themainstreetlofts.com.
Welcome back once again to Grace. The Robertsville Rams trailing by a score of 20-14. I don't know if we have the chat on, but if you are watching our broadcast, we'd appreciate hearing from you. And we appreciate if you listen to our sponsors that are on this. These are our Oak Ridge High School sponsors, and we appreciate them. And hopefully you'll do business with them as Robertsville will kick off. A little squid kick is going to be bounding and fumbled by the Rams of Grace, but they recover it at around the 36-yard line, and that is where they will take over. First down, 10 yards to go.
So interesting now, Robertsville. Boy, that's tough. That's a tough habit to break, Dave. Robertsville, after being down by a couple possessions, they get the touchdown there. They're back within striking distance, but their defense needs to do something that they haven't done yet, which is stop this potent Grace offense. Really, Grace has done all their work through the air for the most part.
Grace moving right to left now in the second quarter in a very competitive ball game. Lots of offense. 20-14 is the score. Grace comes up once again. 3 receivers to the left of the quarterback. It's almost like watching Campbell County. They get to the line, and then they look over to the sideline, just like Campbell County did with the Price brothers.
Totally great point.
First down, 10 yards to go. He's going to roll this time to the left, feeling some pressure, and he is going to be sacked. Throws the ball anyway. He's still down. And that's a middle school play right there, because that could have been very easily picked off and gone the other way. Sometimes you just got to take the sack.
And I think one official said it incomplete, the other marked him down. I think they are going to do that, which is a big difference, because instead of being 2nd and 10, it's now 2nd, and let's see where they mark it. Wow, they're going to say he only lost a yard? There's no way.
Middle school officials, they're just learning the game too. That was definitely a sack. He was down. But either way, it'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. 3 receivers split to the left. Once again, the quarterback looks over to the left side. Remind me of his name. This roster. Utley. I remember it was Utley. I didn't remember his first name.
It's not Chase. I know that.
Right.
Ethan.
Ethan Utley. Appreciate that. Thank you. I think Titus is friends with him somehow. We were watching this facility here as we got another timeout. We'll hold it right here. Why don't you recap the scoring, what we've seen so far in this game?
Well, I like to talk, and there's a lot of talking to do because we've seen a lot of points. Game started off rather quickly, and just a few plays into the game, Cannon Derry caught a pass from Utley, a 45-yard pass. Mathis got the 2-point conversion, put Grace up 8-0. Then, the very next play, before Robertsville's offense even touched the field, at just 41 seconds into the ball game, Kamani Willis ran a 75-yard touchdown return all the way back. 2-point conversion was by Porter, and the game was knotted up at 8. Then, 5-yard touchdown pass from Utley to Derry for his 2nd touchdown of the game gave Grace the lead once again. The 2-point conversion was intercepted by Lemire Porter. 20-8 was the score at that point. Then a 3-play drive was capped off by a Lemire Porter touchdown run just moments ago. The 2-point conversion pass attempt was no good, and that's where we are right now. 20-14, Grace Rams in the lead.
Having a good time here doing this middle school ball game. My first look at Robertsville. Hopefully somewhere down the line we'll see Jefferson as well. 2nd down, 10 yards to go for Grace. The ball is at the 26. Here comes pressure, little middle screen. They defend it really well. It's going to be a gain of only about 5. The quarterback allows the pressure to come in, but Robertsville immediately pursued the receiver. Nice play by Robertsville. Could have gone a lot farther. It's a gain on the play of 4, 2nd down and 6 yards to go.
Yeah, a lot of time in that second long position, you're not necessarily concerned about giving up 3 or 4 yards like they did right there. You just don't want to get it in 3rd and short or maybe give up a first down. So keeping it 3rd and medium, that's a nice play.
And let's see if the Grace Christian Rams can get a stop. We're down to 6:17 and counting in the second quarter, 20-14. Grace on top of Robertsville. Three receiver split to the right. Let's see if they just lob it up. No, they're going to try to run it, and they're going to get a good yardage and a first down. Cutting to the outside, making a move around, and they're going to take it down the sideline. Finally, the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. I think the word you used earlier was tentative, and you could see that when he took off, there was a couple white shirts there, tentative to be aggressive, because you don't want to have him just go by you, but that's what happened. Nice run once again by the Rams of Christian Academy.
Yeah, again, and at this level, and it happened to me as a linebacker at Robertsville. There were times where if you just hesitate one little moment, Dave, to think about what you're supposed to do instead of just doing it, it's too late, especially when you got a guy that fast in the backfield coming at you.
5:26 to play and counting. 20-14, Grace on top of Robertsville. They have it first down in Ram territory. They've been moving the ball at will against the Robertsville team. Handoff this time to the back. Tries to cut outside. Moves forward to the 15 or so. Tackled at that point by the Rams. And I'm looking through a tinted window glass. I can't see it real well.
I think it was Braylon Payne on the tackle for Robertsville.
The way the camera is situated, there are certain areas of the field that we cannot capture because of the windows. And if they go to the far left, Titus won't be able to pick it up. We suggested him, crawling out the window and doing the camera on top of the speakers, but for some reason he didn't want to go for it.
No, he didn't go for the bungee kind of rappelling down the press box idea either. But maybe one of these days we'll talk him into it.
Yeah, Titus just needs a little bit more courage, a little bit more courage. It'll be for them, the Grace. Pass picked off. I thought almost I missed it. I was looking at somebody else. Sorry. And it's a reception, and it's going to be a gain on the play of hardly any. It'll be Campbell on the stop. It'll be third down.
Nice little action there by Grace, but really to no avail. Nice job of pursuing by that Robertsville secondary and linebacking core. You'd have to think at this stage this is 4 down territory. So it's 3rd and 6, but really for Grace, if you just pick up a couple yards and make forward progress, you're probably happy with it right here.
Robertsville hasn't shown the abilities so far to stop them, as the quarterback's going to hand it off to the back, and they're not going to stop him here. He's going to go into the end zone and take it in for another touchdown.
Mathis again on the carry, and you get so caught up thinking about the pass, and all of a sudden those linemen, I don't know if they're getting taken out of the way or if they're getting out of their lanes trying to get back to the quarterback thinking pass, but ultimately what happens is they just hand the ball off. A blocker comes through, really didn't have anybody to block. Their hole was wide open on that right side, right behind that right guard, between the right guard and right tackle, and just a beautiful run, beautiful concept and blocking up front by Grace.
3:35 to play in the first half, and another timeout is asked for. 26-14. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 30.
For personal, professional, and affordable accounting services, call Tracy Larrabee, CPA. Tracy is a 1978 graduate of Oak Ridge High School and can help with business, individual, estate, interest tax accounting services, payroll processing for businesses, small business bookkeeping, tax planning, plus management advisory services. Call Tracy Larrabee, CPA, 425-7736, or stop by 683 Emory Valley Road, Suite B. Tracy Larrabee, CPA.
David Clary along with Alex Myers, Caleb Riker, Titus Fetters here at Grace Christian Academy. The Grace Rams about to go for another 2-point conversion. They lead at 26-14. Quarterback gets the snap, rolls to the end zone. He's hit and dropped behind the line, and they will fail on the 2-point conversion play. Nice tackled out there by Robertsville.
Yeah, Spencer Hatmaker coming through. Well, like a you-know-what out of you-know-where right there, coming across the line of scrimmage, and you got to hit that kid pretty hard and pretty well to wrap him up to stop him from getting in the end zone right there. Great job by Hatmaker.
So the game stays at 26-14. As you look on our YouTube channel, that is the Robertsville sideline. Robertsville Rams will be playing Jefferson a little bit later on in the year for the middle school city championship. Alex, talk about your memories of the middle school city championship with Jefferson.
Unfortunately, one of them was interrupted by a thunderstorm, and we played like a quarter and a half, and we had to come back like on a Saturday afternoon. It totally, the student sections, all the kids that were going to come after school, they didn't come back, so it was a little bit weird. But I will say this. I have a couple memories. Back then, you didn't get to play at Blankenship going through the boys club like you do every week now. But I will say this. I know one thing. We're 2-0 during my time there against your Jefferson Eagles, David.
Here in a bit, we'll talk to Caleb about his experience playing in the Jefferson-Robertsville ball game. This is Grace Christian Academy. A lot of offense. We saw a lot of offense Friday. Alex?
I did want to mention, too, under the coach that we were 2-0, I would be remiss without saying Keith Guthrie was a great, great coach.
Here's the kick. It's going to be fielded once again by Robertsville, and they'll take over at the 48-yard line.
And I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I'll get off this topic, but talking about when I played, and I was thinking about Keith Guthrie, former Wildcat, former Robertsville head coach who unfortunately passed away about a year ago, actually, and just the impact. I'm not playing football now, right? But just driving down the road one day thinking about how much he loved those kids and loved the game and loved giving back and just being a molder of young men. He fought through a battle of cancer and was still
for a long time
showing up to practice in games when clearly his body, he shouldn't have been out there, but he loved it that much. And boy, that's the stuff you remember long term.
Former Ram, former Wildcat as well.
Yep.
As Robertsville takes over, first down, 10 yards to go. Ball at the Robertsville 48-yard line. Handoff this time goes for nothing. They came in strong, and they hit him behind the line of scrimmage. Porter on the carry.
Yeah, one of the first times Grace has really been able to stop him. And it's interesting, as much success as Oak Ridge or Robertsville had last possession, just basically lining up in a Wildcat, single man in the backfield and just letting him pick his hole to run through. They bring the quarterback that time in, Seaman, and go back to just kind of that handoff. And it obviously didn't work, but there's just not a lot of blocking there for him that time. Robertsville's got to do a better job of moving men up front.
So we've got it now. Robertsville does. Second down and about 15 yards to go after the loss, back to the 44-yard line. Down to 2:46 to play in the first half. Here the call. Cuts back inside, moves the ball back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a yard beyond. What I like so far about this game, we've had very few penalties. Been a very clean ball game.
Very clean ball game, and it's interesting. Robertsville definitely has an identity, and you understand why, because Porter's such a good back. I wonder at some point, especially on these third and long situations, if Oak Ridge or Robertsville is forced into a passing situation, if you see maybe a couple new names get involved here, we'll have to see.
Officially, it's going to be third down, 9 yards to go. The ball is at the 49-yard line of the Rams. Robertsville hasn't thrown the ball much in this game, maybe one pass that I remember. We don't have Mark up here doing our stats. We got Alex doing our stats and basically just the scoring summary. And here comes the reverse play to number 2, and he's going to be breaking a tackle, but not getting much. He does get across midfield. Little trickery there, and Grace was not fooled at all. It'll be for Robertsville, fourth down, and we'll call it 7 yards to go.
Good individual effort by Willis that time. He broke 2 tackles before he got past the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, it looks like a Robertsville Rams down on the play.
Yeah, we do have an injured Ram, and we'll hold it right here. Let me get Caleb's experience with Jefferson and Robertsville.
Oh, gosh. So my 6th grade year, that was the year with Brandon Hayward, Rashawn Knowles, Amani Rimbert, and a bunch of other guys that didn't end up really playing high school football, but they were really good in middle school, I will tell you that. We beat Jefferson by, I want to say, around 30 points, but my record against them is 1-2. I can't say I went 2-0 against Jefferson. My 7th grade year, I got my leg landed on and couldn't really play that much in the 7th grade game, but I'll
Here's the punt by Robertsville. Are you Alex Myers? Hey,
We're all thinking.
here's the punt. It's going to go out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. That's a joke. Alex tends to talk, but now you can finish that thought.
Yeah, so I didn't get to play that much my 7th grade year. We ended up losing 14 to, I think, 6. And it was my 8th grade year. We lost again. I think it was 14 to 8 that year. I scored the only touchdown that game for us, and it was just all defense. They were really good that year. I think they ended up they made the playoffs. They were the number 2 seed, Jefferson. Nobody really thought we were going to win. That was a year where there's a couple of Oak Ridge players that played on that team that are doing really good, like Jarrell and Tyree.
Thank you, Caleb Riker and Alex Myers, for your memories of playing middle school ball. After the punt, the Rams take over the ball at their own 25-yard line, leading Robertsville 26-14. Here from Grace, we're in the final 120 of the first half. It's cooled off finally in this booth. High snap, quarterback's going to pass. Pass is going to be away, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended right at the 45-yard line. Utley just a little bit low. Only the receiver could have caught it just a little bit down too close to the ground, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, and, you know, a lot of people might see that throw and say, hey, that's just kind of a bad throw, underthrew him. And he did underthrow him, but I actually think it was a really good throw. I think it was intentional, because if he overthrew that or threw it kind of leading him down the field towards the end zone, he was getting ready to get rocked by Seaman, who was coming over from that free safety position. So he had to underthrow it really to kind of throw him open, just a little bit too underthrown.
Alex, kudos over here to Caleb. He's working the clock here on the scoreboard. That's something we don't do much on the varsity side. Sometimes we use a camera and use the actual scoreboard clock. Second down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 25-yard line. Hand off to the running back, and he moves the ball to around the 31-yard line.
Caleb, you might could submit a resume to Jefferson County. You might could keep the clock up there next week.
I was told at the junior varsity and freshman ball game there were 17 clock issues in that particular ball game.
That there may have been 17 in the first half.
Yeah, I mean that's what they said when we went up there. The officials, there was 17 problems with the clock. Third down, then about a little more than 4 yards to go for a first. And a little, not much, as the clock is ticking down to 38 seconds and counting. And here comes Grace to the line. Robertsville could use a stop. They haven't been able to stop them yet. They have not forced them to punt, have not picked up a turnover. Looked like some movement, bad snap, and they're going to stop them here. And the ball's going to be recovered by Robertsville, perhaps, at the 15-yard line. They're going to say, Robertsville ball. So at 21 seconds to play, Robertsville recovers on the bad snap, something we saw Friday, and an opportunity for Robertsville to steal a score.
Yeah, play clock was running down. The center knew he just had to snap the ball. The quarterback was not looking. He was still looking over. Part of this offense, you look over to get the call, and he was not looking back at his center. So the ball was snapped. He dove for it, didn't get it. And who was there? None other than Everett Hartman to set the Rams up of the Robertsville variety. 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line.
21 seconds to play. Robertsville huddling on the sideline. They break from the huddle, and to the line they'll come. Our score is 26-14. Robertsville trying to get a late score and close out the half.
Wildcat package once again. This is a run all the way, I would think.
And here's the snap, and he is going to roll to his right, might throw it, comes back across the way to a wide open man. He's got it at the 5, makes a cut, 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Robertsville. Robertsville scores with 12 seconds to play in the first half. A beautifully set up play, and Robertsville does get that very much needed stop and score.
You got to, when the breaks come your way, you got to take advantage of them. It's one of Nealon's maxims, right? That time, Robertsville, beautiful play. I thought, hey, they've only tried to throw one side of this. They didn't complete it. They're probably going to run here. No, that's not what they did at all. They motioned quarterback out to the right. Porter, who's been running so well, Willis came on a drag right from right all the way left. Porter had to throw back across his body. Beautiful touch, put enough air on it, let his man get under that ball, and he did the rest.
Here's the two-point conversion try, and into the end zone will go Mr. Porter, and the two-point conversion is good. 12 seconds to play first half. We've got a ball game, 26-22. Grace on top of Robertsville. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Do you remember as a kid where you got your first haircut in Oak Ridge? Well, for most of us, it was on the corner of Kentucky Avenue and Broadway. The Jackson Square Barber Shop, formerly Ken's, is an old-time barber shop with a modern twist, offering clipper cut styles for the whole family and now hot shaves. Drop by Tuesday through Friday from 8 to 5:30 and on Saturday from 8 to 3. The Jackson Square Barber Shop, still the friendly place you remember as a kid and still the best place in town to get your hair cut. Just a few steps from Blankenship Field, the Jackson Square Barber Shop is a proud supporter of the Wildcats. Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy, just down Oak Ridge Highway a bit. 26-22 is our score. Down to 12 seconds to play, and Robertsville will be kicking off. Big turnover by the Grace Rams. And the Rams of Robertsville score. Here's a deeper kickoff. They got to tackle him. He's going to get to the outside. One man to beat. Boom! He drops him right at the 43-yard line. And with 6 seconds to play, Grace will have it. First down, 10 yards to go. Another stop by Hartman, I believe. And here comes the offense once again for Grace Christian Academy. Sun setting here. This beautiful facility in the hills, right off of Oak Ridge Highway, as I mentioned. We appreciate you watching our broadcast of Robertsville Ram football against Grace Christian Academy. Kind of a spur of the moment. We didn't have a ball game. Friday, so we elected to do this ball game. Kind of give our advertisers a little bit more play, and please do business with them if you hear them, because we would not be doing these ball games if not for them. First down, 10 yards to go. Big play. You can't get beat deep. You got a deep safety back, and quarterback is just going to take a knee, and they'll head to the dressing room with a lead over Robertsville, 26-22. Alex, your thoughts on the first half?
I mean, a lot like last Friday night for the high school team, David. Just really exciting, a lot of points. Unlike that game, this was a very clean half for the most part from both sides. You had a fumble there late from Grace, and really that's kind of one of the bigger plays in this half, because if not, Grace goes into the half with a 2-possession lead. Instead, it's just a 4-point game. So nice job getting that turnover for Robertsville, but an even better job capitalizing with just 21 seconds on the clock, getting that touchdown to bring you back within one possession. Exciting half, and I expect more of the same after halftime.
26-22, Robertsville trails. We are going to take another break, put Caleb to work here, and when we come back, Alex Myers will run down the scoring summary. We don't have Mike to do that with us, but we will get that for you here in a bit. We are live at Grace Christian on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. 26-22 the score, back in 3 minutes.
If you're looking for an orthopedic expert close to home, give KOC Oak Ridge a call today. We provide quick and compassionate care to the Wildcats, their families, and their fans. Located next to Methodist Medical Center in Oak Ridge, and with a second location just off exit 350 in Harriman. Our specialists want to get you back to living the life you love. Find us online or call 865-558-4400 and schedule your appointment with KOC Oak Ridge.
Summit Medical Group of Oak Ridge is proud to support Oak Ridge athletics and this community. Voted the best family practice in internal medicine in 2023, we do walk-in same-day appointments and are currently accepting new patients. Come see our new location at 850 Briarcliff Avenue in Oak Ridge. To schedule an appointment, call 865-483-3172. We're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 9 to 5. Summit Medical Group of Oak Ridge, the leaders in primary care. Get to the summit.
Oak Ridge Pharmacy, located across from Staples, is Oak Ridge's hometown pharmacy. The friendly staff and family atmosphere are just two of the reasons they were voted best of Anderson County. Oak Ridge Pharmacy does prescription refills and transfers, home delivery, flu shots, and has over-the-counter pain, cold, and allergy medicine, cosmetics, cards, gifts, and much more. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7. And Saturday from 9 to 2. Drop by Oak Ridge Pharmacy and see for yourself what a hometown pharmacy can do for your family.
The Pizza Inn of Oak Ridge is serving up made-to-order pizzas for dine-in and carry-out just in time for your Wildcat tailgates and parties. The Pizza Inn drive-thru is open, but they invite you to dine in with them at their Turnpike location. It's football season, so check out their new Pep Rally Pizza. It's sweet, spicy, crisp, crunchy, and loaded with pepperoni. Or try an extra-large New York pizza for $12.99. The Oak Ridge Pizza Inn is the site of Crunch Time, featuring head coach Derek Rang each Wednesday at 7. Come rediscover America's hometown pizza buffet, the Pizza Inn of Oak Ridge.
Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is proud to be a family and locally owned, full-service pre-owned car dealership. You have the option to take your vehicle anywhere for collision repairs, and we will work with your insurance company. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is a Napa Care Center, and our service department is here for all your automotive maintenance and repair needs. Our rental fleet offers a variety of vehicles, from economy cars to passenger vans. Get your next in at Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Elizabeth Beard, ORHS, Class of 2001. Check out our inventory online 24/7 at sextonautos.com.
Welcome back. We'll keep the camera on the cheerleaders as Robertsville is coming up. And we did miss a score somewhere in here from Grace. However, we'll read what we've got. Starting the game off was Cannon Derry. Utley hit Derry for a 45-yard touchdown strike. 2-point conversion was good by the running back, number 3, Mathis. That put the Grace Rams up 8-0. The ensuing kickoff, before the Rams of Robertsville had even taken the field on offense, Kamani Willis brought back a 75-yard touchdown. Porter put in the 2-point conversion, and it tied it up at 8 apiece. After Grace went up by a touchdown and failed to get their 2-point conversion, they scored once again for a third time. This time it was a 5-yard touchdown pass from Utley to Derry. That was Derry's second touchdown reception of the game. That 2-point conversion was intercepted by Lemire Porter. It was 20-8 at that point, Grace over Robertsville. Following that, there was a 3-play drive, all 3 runs capped off by Lemire Porter. He ran all 3 times, and that time he scored the touchdown. The 2-point conversion was no good as they tried to go from the air from Porter. It was 20-14 at that point. Grace in the lead. Robertsville had regained some of the momentum. Following that, Grace got the ball back, and then Braylon Mathis had a 13-yard touchdown run. Once again, their 2-point conversion was no good, and at that point, Grace led Robertsville 26-14 late in the second quarter. Grace had the ball back late in the half and could have just about kind of ran the clock out. But with 21 seconds left, as the play clock was winding down, up by 12 on a key third down play, quarterback was not ready for the snap. It was a fumble recovered by Everett Hartman. He recovered the fumble, and with 21 seconds on the clock, the Robertsville offense trotted back on the field. And just one play later, Lemire Porter, this time he scores from the air, not on the ground. He found Kamani Willis for a touchdown completion. Porter ran in the 2-point conversion, and at the half, that's where we're at. It's 26-22. Grace leads Robertsville.
We appreciate everybody watching our broadcast today here from Grace Christian Academy. Our next broadcast will be coming up a week from Friday, tomorrow, as the Wildcats travel to the Pal Panthers. Not a region ball game, but always a big game on the Oak Ridge schedule.
Huge game, and as per usual, we will not be able to stream that game live. But yeah, always one of my favorite games of the season, whether they come there or come here or we go there. Always one of the better teams we played, more well coached, some of the better athletes, and obviously, and Dave, you know this all too well. I don't need to tell you, their fans get into it as good as anybody.
Yeah, they'll tell you to close windows when they hear me talking and such.
And Garfield Adams will tell you to keep it open.
He most definitely will. That happened at the playoff ball game. I think it was the playoff game a couple of years ago.
Will Ferrell loves cowbell, and so did that lady, right in your face.
Yes, she did. And you know me very well, Alex. I'm not a confrontational person. But
you got aggressive. That was the first time. Like you said, usually you and I are kind of similar. We kind of shy away. You know, we're not trying to upset the apple cart. But after about a quarter of that, you had seen enough, and when she reached back and after waving the cowbell in your face, attempted to shut the window, you stuck your arm out at risk to yourself and blocked it. And it was a block of the highest sort, and you shoved that window back open, and all of Oak Ridge listening on Prep Radio, they applauded you, and it's the stuff of legends. That may be why you're in the Sports Hall of Fame, is from that moment right there, Dave.
I don't know. I've had several window episodes like that at previous times. At Riverdale comes to mind as well. Okay, we've got about 18 seconds before on the clock until the second half begins. Robertsville made a nice little push there at the end. They're only down 4. What do they need to do to win this game?
They offensively, they're fine. Just keep leaning on Porter, and I think he can take you home to victory. Where you have to change is how you're defending Grace. You've got to be able to come up with some stops. They got better there late in the second half. They were a little more stingy against Grace, against the passing game, but passing, running game, you've got to be able to stop this offense, because as much as you can score on them, they've been able to score on you plus a few points. So I think, like I said, offensively, just keep doing what you're doing, relying on Porter. Defensively, find a way to come up with a couple of stops. You don't have to go 3 and out every time, but maybe it's a turnover, maybe it's a fumble, an interception. Do something to get a couple stops, and I think you'd be all right.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the second half. 26-22 is the score. Robertsville trails Grace Christian Academy. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hello, this is Jim Norman, proud member of the 1979 Oak Ridge Wildcat football team. And I, along with my wife Mary and sons, former Wildcats James Norman and Elliot Norman, would like to wish the Wildcats a very successful season.
Jim Normand is a partner in another long tradition of excellence, the law firm of Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand, PLLC, and Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand Title Services, a full-service law firm in Oak Ridge for nearly 70 years. Give Jim a call at 482-2486.
Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy. We appreciate all fans might be watching this, Robertsville parents, grandparents, and whoever might be watching our broadcast, our first YouTube broadcast. Here in a moment, I'm going to get Braden Sharp in here, and we're going to ask his experience. He was a Robertsville Ram. I'm surrounded by Rams. I'm the only Eagle in the booth, I believe. As Rams will kick off another onside kick. It's going to be bounding, and they touched it once again, I believe, before the 50-yard line. Let's see what she says. I believe they're going to say it was touched before the 50, and it should be Robertsville's ball once again. And Robertsville's got to be a little bit more aggressive. Braden, you played in a few of those Robertsville games. Talk about your memories of Jefferson and Robertsville.
My experiences versus Jefferson and Robertsville, my 6th grade year, we lost 14-6, like Caleb said earlier. My 7th grade year, I got more playing time in that game because had some injured players. Because, yeah, Caleb was injured that game, and I got to – you just said you were.
He said he was, but now he doesn't. They're arguing up here, ladies and gentlemen. You all can't see it. Go ahead and keep talking, Braden.
All right. Okay, whatever he says. But I played a good amount my 7th grade year. Ended up losing that year. They had a killer team that year. My 8th grade year, we ended up pulling it out like 26-20. I had a touchdown that game. I don't know. It's a good game overall.
Braden, thanks a lot. We've got Robertsville back on offense. The opening offensive play of the second half for Robertsville. First down 10 officially. The ball is at the 49-yard line. The direct snap once again, and around the corner, 50 to the 45. Boom. He is tackled after a gain of about 8 at the 42-yard line. Nice run. Porter's a powerful runner, is he not, Braden?
Yeah, Lemir's great at running the ball. Sucks that Josiah's out of the game right now, but see what they're pushing through without him.
Ball is at the 42-yard line of Grace. 26-22 the score, 7:35 to play. We're in the third quarter here at Grace in this middle school ball game. I believe tonight Jefferson is playing up in Jacksboro. I think that's where they are. So both middle school teams are on the road. As Robertsville comes to the line, Robertsville's got some size. Grace kind of picked on them in the secondary a little bit, but Robertsville, the momentum seems to have shifted a little bit more towards the guys in red and white. Second down, 3 yards to go at the 42-yard line. Once again, Porter with the snap. He's going to run directly behind the center at the 40, 35 to the 30-yard line. That is a 10 Bank of Oak Ridge first down at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for Robertsville. Nice run.
First down, Robertsville.
Down to 6:47 to play in the third quarter, and it'll be first down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 31. Caleb Riker, Titus Fetters. Titus didn't play football, so he has no memories of that Jefferson-Robertsville rivalry. He is a baseball guy. Titus loves to fish, I understand. As the Rams come up with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. First down, 10 yards to go, 6:21 to play, third quarter, and there's a flag goes down. I don't know if it's a delay. It doesn't usually come from that guy. They're going to say false start against Robertsville. I honestly didn't see it, and that doesn't mean it didn't happen, but it'll be a 5-yard step off. Did you see it, Braden?
I didn't see the false start.
He didn't see it at all, so neither did I. But we're looking through tinted glass here, too, as it's a 5-yard step off back to the 37-yard line, where it'll be first down and 15 yards to go. 2 receivers to the right, and it looks like Robertsville is going to huddle once again. Ron Gray is the head coach of the Robertsville Rams. He's a longtime assistant at Oak Ridge under several different coaches, also coached at Halls, Catholic, Bearden, and other areas. And now the head coach at Robertsville, taking over for his assistant coach, Tyler Carr. First down, 15 yards to go. They're going to pass this time. Pass is going to be incomplete. The chains, that is not first. I mean, that is more than 5 yards on the step off. That's got to be, looking at the chains, that's got to be 16 or 17 yards on the chain. So I believe they need to step that penalty off differently. I mean, the ball is not spotted correctly. I mean, but like we say, it's middle school officials, and surprised nobody on the Robertsville side has pointed that out. A 5-yard step off from the original line of scrimmage. It should be at the 30. Yes. Well, it's still wrong. That's still wrong. That's not 5 yards.
No, it's more about 6 yards.
6 or 7, actually. But like we said, they're young officials. They're learning just like, young people do. Ball's at the 37-yard line. 6:14 to play in the third quarter. It'll be for Robertsville now. Third down, and I guess it's 16, 17 yards to go. Quarterback back to pass, little screen pass, caught. Willis at the 30, cuts to the outside to the 25, cuts back inside, cuts to the outside, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Robertsville. He went to the short side of the field. There wasn't much there. He continued to break tackles, and Willis takes it in, and Robertsville has their first lead of the ball game. Talk about that play, Braden Sharp.
Yeah, Kamani Willis, great strong runner. I've coached him for 2 years now, playing flag football. He's a great runner. He's always been a great athlete, Just really took off right there, broke a tackle, and took off and scored.
And it's now 28-26. So Robertsville, which in the first half trailed the entire way, has taken the lead. They've taken Grace's onside kick every single time, and they have touched it before it's gone 10 yards, and that has hurt them. A bad snap on special on a fourth down play, I guess it was a third down play, gave Robertsville an opportunity. Hold on for the 2-point conversion. Once again, that'll be Porter into the end zone. That'll be a 2-point conversion, and Robertsville increases their lead to 30-26. Caleb?
I think they're doing that onside kick because the opening kickoff was taken back for a touchdown by Kamani Willis. That was,
For the touchdown. We are at the 5 minutes 57 mark of the third quarter. 30-26 our score. We'll be back following this 30-second timeout.
KOC Oak Ridge shows our commitment to orthopedic excellence by providing on-site x-ray, bracing, casting, and physical therapy. We strive to take care of all of your orthopedic needs in a professional and efficient manner with the respect you deserve. We've been treating East Tennessee families for over 40 years, and we're a proud supporter of Oak Ridge High School athletics. Check out our website and give us a call at 865-558-4400. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy. 5:57 to play. Robertsville with their first lead, Alex.
Yeah, and here's the kickoff. And a little squib kick. It's actually going to be caught short at the 47-yard line from Grace. And going back to that last play, kind of piggybacking off of what Braden said, tremendous individual effort, and it showed power, speed, agility, shiftiness, elusiveness, all the adjectives of a great runner that you want to say. He showed that. But I think Caleb basically kind of said in the break, where did that guy come from? He's been out there playing both ways, but I think one thing we have to remember is Robertsville starting quarterback was knocked out before he ever threw a pass. And so I think maybe that's a guy who you could have seen as a bigger part of the offense if you weren't basically kind of forced to run a bunch like Robertsville has been today.
Grace first down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 47-yard line of the Rams of Christian Academy. I almost said it, almost got hit. Quarterback rolls. Utley fires the pass, up for grabs, but the man is there. He can't make the play. Incomplete. Second down, 10 yards to go.
Tremendous play by Utley just to get the ball out of there. Nearly completion, but to somehow avoid a sack or getting that ball tipped. It was being rushed hard and fast by Ben Hartman and Everett Hartman, so kind of a brother duo tandem back there, nearly getting the sack. Just a great job by Utley simply to get that ball away.
Second down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 47-yard line. 5:51 to play. Third period. Robertsville with the lead. Utley quarterback. He's got two receivers, actually three to his right, one to the left. Looking over to the sideline, the one lone running back. Robertsville trailed the entire first half, but they have the lead now, 30-26. Second down, handoff to the back, and this time he is stuck at the line. He's dropped for a loss. Nice play on the left side of the Robertsville defense as they drop him at the 46-yard line. Nice play, Robertsville.
And on the tackle is Campbell.
Campbell on the stop for the Rams of Robertsville. And it'll be third down, 12 yards to go. The loss is back to the 45-yard line of the Grace Christian Academy Rams. Their own. Three receivers to the right. Once again, Utley looks for the play on the sideline. It's like watching Campbell County the last 10 or 12 years, as we talked about. Justin Price and his brother, now the head coaches here at Grace Christian Varsity. This is the middle school, but obviously they're going to run the same offense. Utley to pass and a lot of pressure. Floats it down the way. Wide open man again. Passes up, and it'll go into the end zone. That'll be a touchdown. Robertsville has done a really good job, a very good job getting pressure on Utley, but covering their receivers has been a chore for the young Rams.
It has been, and it's not the initial, but it's really kind of that area between the cornerbacks and the safety. They're just playing one high safety. So unlike what you would traditionally see, two safeties, one on each hash, the safety, I think it's Seaman, is having to come from the straight up middle of the field, and it's just too much distance for him to get there, and that quarterback's timing has really been great, throwing that ball before Seaman can get over there, but after the receiver's gone past the cornerback.
So Grace retakes the lead, 32-30. They'll go for two. Once again, they have tried it on every occasion, and twice they have been thwarted. There is a flag on the play. False start again on Grace. It'll make it a little tougher for them. They don't, obviously, neither team is kicked. They've gone for two. You see that a lot at the middle school level. Not saying they don't have kickers, but I don't know, honestly. Didn't get a chance to talk with the coaching staff. I did speak to Coach Carr earlier today, just verifying, getting rosters and such, but I didn't ask that question. But in a game like this, you're going to need 2-point conversions because you know Grace is going to do it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah, and it's just a lot of times that's the difference in a game at this level.
Utley tries to get them to jump off sides, no movement. We're down to 4 minutes, 52 seconds to play in the third quarter, and a high-scoring affair here from Grace. 32-30 is the score. Utley gets the snap. Goes into the end zone, passes up for grabs, and he pulls it down, I believe, for the 2-point conversion. Nice catch by the receiver. It was a high pass, but he pulled it down. And the Christian Academy Rams take the lead. 34-30 our score, 4:52 to play in the third quarter. We'll be back to Grace following this break.
Need quality orthopedic care you can trust? Close to home? Count on KOC Oak Ridge. Our experts have been serving Wildcats and their families for more than 40 years. Whether you're a high school athlete or a weekend warrior, we've got you covered for sports injuries and beyond. At KOC Oak Ridge, we're committed to providing orthopedic excellence in this region. We strive to treat our patients with the respect and understanding they deserve. And we're a proud supporter of the Wildcats since 1979.
Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy. Here comes the other next onside kick, and it's going to be covered again by Robertsville. It's not a bad strategy at this level, honestly, because the ball takes funny bounces. You never know where it's going to go, and Robertsville doing a better job at that time covering it.
It's not a bad, not a bad strategy, especially when we've seen what can happen when Grace actually kicks off to a deep return man, whether that's Willis or Porter. You don't want those guys getting the ball, so right there as an example, Porter got the recovery, but he was on the ground doing it, so you know at least if he touches it, he's not a threat to take it back to the house.
Alex, while we have a moment here, why don't you recap the actual starters that started the ball game on the offense for the Rams?
It was Caston Seaman at quarterback because of the injured Josiah McClure on offense. Wide receivers were Ben Hartman, Kamoy Willis, and Caston Seaman originally. Everett Hartman was your tight end, and we'll finish up the starting lineup after this.
First down, 10 yards to go. Robertsville trailing now 34-30. Snap, handoff. Nope, it's going to be a reverse play to number 2, Willis. Once again, Willis trying to get some blockers. Cuts across the 50-yard line. Moves the ball to the Grace 45 where he is tackled. And it'll be a fine gain on the play on the reverse. It'll be second down and about 2 yards to go.
It looked like a great block on the edge that time. Mike hold it long enough, but held it a really long time on the edge on that far side receiver. It looked like that was Caston Seaman blocking. Up front for the Wildcats, tight end again, I mentioned Everett Hartman, left tackle Braylon Payne, left guard Spencer Hatmaker, center Caleb Cooper, right guard Daniel Williams, right tackle Malik Teasley, and running back Lemire Porter.
I think your mic was off. That started that. We'll come back to that.
Best I've ever sounded, Dave.
Second down and 3 yards to go. A little bit more than 2 yards to go. Once again, that's Porter. Porter's got a 10 Bank of Oak Ridge first down at the 40 to the 35, and moving the ball at that point and tackled. You can hear the Grace crowd yelling for what they consider to be holding, but we just haven't seen. We saw a lot of holding in Jefferson County last Friday. This one might be coming back, I think.
I actually think this might be on a Grace player who's wound up and releasing some anger. It would appear on the field right now. It could have been on Robertsville, but based on their reaction, it looks like the Grace player was upset. So I don't know, and it was late, so I don't think anybody would have been blocking to hold at that late, although Grace's coaches would tell you otherwise, I think. And this is going to be a personal foul, and it will be on Grace.
Yeah, you were all over that one, Alex. And you could hear the Grace fans, and they've been yelling holding, holding, holding almost every play. And in football, you know, you can call holding almost on every play.
And I will say this. I would not be surprised if I was Coach Gray. I'd say you fellas better not hold, because especially after getting a penalty on Grace right then, after as wild as this crowd's getting, I would not be surprised if they won't be looking for it here.
3:44 to play in the third quarter, 34-30. Grace on top of Robertsville, and a great ball game. We picked a good one to do, Alex. A lot of offense, a lot of big plays.
Yeah, and credit to you for getting the crew together and saying, hey, it's your idea to come over here and do this, and hopefully the kids, grandparents, maybe if they're not able to get out here, will enjoy this.
First and 10 at the Grace 30. The direct snap once again. Moving the ball to the 25. That is Porter once again. Stiff arms his way to the 20 and pushed out of bounds up the field. And we might have another penalty, another personal foul against Grace as Porter moves the ball to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, it came from behind
beyond.
like it might have been a holding. However, there was two that came in really, really late. And I don't know if maybe it was a face mask or what happened. Great effort by him. Great block, a heck of a play by the, looked like a pulling guard that time. Spencer Hatmaker coming from that left guard position, really blowing open that hole for Porter to run through.
Long conversation with the official. He picks up the flag at the 20-yard line. Yet to see the signal. We're on the side of the field where it is going to be hard to see on the camera. And official says it's going to be holding against, and you're right. I think the crowd worked on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately, it's human nature. You see it in basketball is the most obvious sport because it's so instantaneous where it happens. You get an immediate foul call. But, these, like you said, these officials, a lot of times, ref in middle school, they're kind of younger, working their way up, cutting their teeth. And it's human nature. If you get somebody complaining, and the pressure kind of gets on you, especially from the home crowd, a lot of times it's human nature. Hey, I'm going to start looking. Maybe I'll quiet them down a little bit.
Ball is at the 30-yard line, 3:27 to play third quarter.
But an important note, it was after the first down had been made, so it's still 1st and 10.
Correct. Ball at the Grace 30. The quarterback, or actually Porter's going to roll to his left. Might get sacked. Now he's going to run. He cuts across the 30, 25, 20. Porter to the 15. Porter to the 10. Porter into the end zone. Touchdown, Robertsville once again. I don't see any flags down on the play, so the Rams have retaken the lead.
And it sounded like somebody said get some tacklers in the game. Somebody from Grace's sideline, it sounded like they said that, but I'll say right now, I don't know if you got anybody for either team that's going to tackle Porter as well as he's running the ball right now. He's just the best athlete on the field. He's been the best athlete on the field from play number one. Him and Willis have really been tough to stop. And boy, this is, like you said, just kind of reminiscent of Fridays. Back and forth, you almost get the feeling like we did Friday that whoever has the ball last is going to win the game.
36-34, 3:14 to play. Robertsville going for two once again. Handoff goes. This time they're not going to do it. They are going to be stuck in the backfield, and the two-point conversion try fails. But it's another lead for the Robertsville Rams. They lead it 36-34 with exactly 3:14 to play third quarter. And we'll be back to Grace following this 30-second timeout.
Oak Ridgers know that when you're looking for residential or commercial property, Betsy Coleman Realty has that special touch and ability to know exactly what you're looking for. With over 25 years of experience, she doesn't just sell houses in Oak Ridge. She's an Oak Ridger. She's invested and cares about our community. If you're a first-time buyer, relocating, or a senior downsizing, call Betsy Coleman today at 865-220-8881 or online at betsycolemanrealty.com. Betsy Coleman Realty, a proud supporter of the Wildcats.
Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy. The Robertsville Rams on top of Grace, 36-34. And here's the kick once again by Robertsville. It's going to be a good one. Going to go inside the 20, picked up there, down the Robertsville sideline. Return man, he's got lots of room. He moves the ball all the way to midfield and across it to the 49-yard line. And that is where Grace will take over. First down, 10 yards to go at the 49-yard line. One of the Robertsville Rams a little slow to get up. Gives me opportunity to tell you our next broadcast will be a week from Friday, tomorrow, as the Wildcats take on the Powell Panthers over at Powell. Final 2 road games in a row. Then the Wildcats will have 5 consecutive home games, starting with Carnes 2 weeks from tomorrow, and then McMinn County, and they'll roll through 5 straight. Then the Wildcats will close it on the road with, I guess, 3 straight on the road at Lenore City, I believe, Campbell County, and Bearden. I believe those will be the final games on the road.
Whirlwind of a schedule for the second year in a row, David. But I'll say this, as I once again forgot to turn my mic back on. There's no such thing to me as a good bye week on week 2. However, Oak Ridge certainly could use one right now because they're a little bit banged up. I know at the quarterback position. I know at several positions. They're not exactly as fresh as you would expect a team having only played one game. And certainly after hearing Coach Rang's post-game speech last week, I'm sure he was excited to have a few extra days of practice. And I would guess maybe a little conditioning after last week's performance.
Coach Scott Cummings' team is in action tonight, and he's the head coach of Lenore City. Speaking of the schedule, as they're taking on the Loudon Redskins in the rivalry Thursday ball game.
Wow, that's a big game.
I think they call it the Battle of the Bridge.
The Bridge, yep.
Yeah. So, and that's been probably going on, I would guess, 100 years maybe.
I think it's just over because I think they celebrated 100 years a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
I was not there for the game, incidentally.
But maybe Sheehan was. He's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, you're right. First down, 10 yards to go. Grace quarterback Utley to pass. Lots of pressure. Fires the pass. Wide open again. It's going to be, the defensive back just kind of put his hands up and hit him in the back, and it's incomplete.
Kamani Willis, great defense. Maybe face guarding if you were in the NFL, but at every other level, including middle school, obviously, there's no problem there. He didn't stick his hand up until right as that pass was about to come in. Just tremendous play. Even for the most part, even the passes that have been successful for Grace, it's not been guys that are wide open. It's just, balls fit into tight windows, and, again, credit to Utley for making those darts.
Second down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 49-yard line. Rams trail. The Robertsville Rams lead 36-34, 2:58 to play. Very seldom do we have the same mascot. Here's a little screen pass. Going to be caught. Almost an open field tackle. Nice hit, but they can't bring him down. And he's able to move the ball to the 41-yard line. It'll be third down at about 2. They had him wrapped up, but he's a big receiver, and the Robertsville defenders, they grabbed him. They just couldn't hold him, but they did stop him short of a first down, third down and 2.
It was a nice play. There's a few guys, including I don't think we've called his name yet, but number 34, that's Jackson Monday Bradford, with a nice tackle to stop that short of the first down. There's a flag before the snap, which usually indicates it's on the offense.
Illegal procedure, and the Grace coaching staff not too happy. I don't know. They've been not too happy a bit in this one, and they're not going to get this call. It's going to be a 5-yard step off against them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess it was a legal procedure was the call?
It was. And that's a big one. It kind of helps the Robertsville defense a bit. The penalty yardage is stepped back to the 46-yard line, where it is now third down and 7, so they'll get some new personnel in.
No running backs, empty backfield, but you can't forget that Utley has shown the ability to scramble, so you can't totally sell out as a pass rusher.
They've gotten good pressure on him during the course of this ball game. Robertsville leads it 36-34, 2:11 to play, third quarter. 3 receivers split way to the far right, which is the Robertsville sideline across the way. Utley gets the snap, feeling pressure, fires it across the middle. That pass is picked off almost by Robertsville. Nice play by the Robertsville safety, Seaman, there, and nearly picks that off. It's fourth down.
Seaman finally, he wasn't getting kind of overstretched, having to go to one sideline or the other. They went down the seam trying to catch something down the middle of the field, and he was right there in position, almost too open. The ball just kind of floated, and he didn't overplay it, was right there for it. It was actually the receiver turned defensive back on that play that stopped that interception from happening. David, here's a shocker. Grace's coaching staff's unhappy about something.
Not exactly sure, but you can just hear their fans down below. And
I think the spot of the ball is wrong. I think they've got a correct gripe on this one.
Well, they have not spotted the ball perfectly all night. It should be like
They got it right now.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But they got the chains right, but the ball's not right. And they're going to walk it back. I think what happened, the chain guys kind of moved a bit, and that might have been the problem. So that's correct. Third down and 7 yards to go. Like we said, they're young officials. They make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Caleb doesn't make mistakes, but the rest of the people do. 2:05 to play. Second down, 7 yards to go. Fourth down, 7 yards to go.
Big play right here with Robertsville's ability to run the ball successfully. You really start to look at the clock saying, Grace is going to have a hard time stopping them if they're behind.
Utley tried to get him to jump.
And Robertsville's done a great job all night. They haven't fallen for that fake, hard count one time.
Fourth down, 7 yards to go. It's got to getting late in the count here. They've spent a lot of time at the line of scrimmage. 2:05 to play third quarter. A lot of time. Quarterback Utley back to pass, pressured, gets out of it. Now he breaks the tackle, moves the ball forward, and he is going to get a first down. They had him pinned down, but they just couldn't quite hold on to him. You talked about his elusiveness a minute ago, and Utley makes a really big play and gives them a first down.
Yeah, and it's one of those, it's kind of cheesy to say it, right? It's kind of cliche, but he's a quarterback who can run, but he clearly looks to pass first, which is, to me, what you want in a quarterback. And that time, when all else fails, and the pressure kind of forced him into that, I think, but it was a correct read by him, and even though Robertsville was tight in pursuit, couldn't get him before he moved the chains.
First down, 10 yards to go at the Robertsville 37-yard line. Minute 21 and counting. Third quarter, 36-34, Robertsville on top. Utley still at quarterback, one lone running back. Got three guys split to the left. Here's the snap. Boom, quarterback bumped. Pass is caught, and once again he's eluding tackles and moves the ball and pile drives into the turf at around the 28-yard line, and that is enough for another first down.
And Utley appears to be shaken up, and another player does as well. Utley took a shot, and there's a late flag. It's going to be unsportsmanlike on somebody, and unfortunately I think it might be on Robertsville.
48 seconds to play. Was it some talking?
Yeah, it absolutely was some jawing, and their official just pointed right at Robertsville, and turns a bad play into even worse play for that defense.
Official comes over to the home side, and it's been a very physical ball game. It's going to be indeed against the Robertsville Rams, unsportsmanlike conduct.
And Grace right now is essentially using this as a free timeout. They're huddling their coaching staffs over there. Robertsville's still out on the field. I think if I'm Robertsville, I say, hey, if you're going to use this as a timeout and steal a timeout here, I want to steal one too. Unfortunately, they didn't get to have that conversation.
36-34 the score, 48 seconds to play. They're going to put the ball down at the, looks like between the 19 and the 18-yard line of Robertsville. A lot of offense. Alex will recap the scoring. We will not have a long post game because I'm sure Grace will want us to get out of here. I know Caleb has some AP issue test tomorrow.
Yeah, I have not a test, but an FRQ. I'm worried about it a little bit, but I think I should be good. I'm going to study a lot tonight. And
what is an FRQ?
I couldn't tell you the exact abbreviation, but basically it's a couple of questions on you, and you have written response, and it's a free written response, so I got to do that tomorrow.
That kind of sounds like a test.
Yeah, but it's about it'll give you like an image, and then it'll give you your questions and all that.
Thank you, Caleb.
Braden reminds me of the backup quarterbacks in for Grace, so this will be important to watch. Dave, you've really upgraded the IQ level of your staff through the years. When I was there, I don't even know, even to this day, I don't know if I can spell FRQ.
Handoff goes to the back, number 3. He breaks a tackle, 15-yard line, 10, 5, 3, 2, 1, touchdown Grace. They score with 40 seconds to play. Mathis on the carry for the Rams, and they retake the lead over Robertsville. It's now Grace 40, Robertsville 36, with exactly 40 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Just a great athlete making a great play, almost underutilized as much as they've thrown the ball when they've shown the ability to run quite well with Mathis. Again, scoring here for Grace.
And they'll go for another 2-point conversion. Utley back in at quarterback. Lots of offense. 76 points scored in this middle school contest from Grace. As once again they'll line it up for the 2-point conversion.
Utley back in starting quarterback.
And he gets the snap and hands it off to the back, number 3, and he is hit at the line, but he takes it across for the 2-point conversion. 40 seconds to play, 42-36, Grace on top. We'll take a break. We'll be back to Grace Christian Academy on Oak Ridge Highway following this 30-second timeout.
How do you say the name? TN Bank?
Nope.
Tin Bank? So what is it?
10 Bank. 10, as in Tennessee, right here where all our banking decisions are made. Not some corporate office in who knows where. 10 Bank partners with small businesses in our community to help them grow.
Really?
Yes, that's local banking from 10 Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
David Clary back here along with Alex Myers. We got Titus Fetters, Caleb Riker, and Braden Sharp up in the booth here at Grace. We appreciate the very nice hospitality of the nice people here at Grace, allowing us to broadcast and giving us good facilities.
And they may or may not claim it on this particular night, but like you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of strong Oak Ridge ties over here.
Here comes the onside kick fielded by Porter, and he's going to return it. Moves the ball to the 40, breaks a tackle. He's down the sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Robertsville. So the onside kick that they've tried all night long fails, and Robertsville retakes the lead over, or actually ties the game at 42-42. Kind of very similar to what Will Presley did last year, remember, returning a kick for a touchdown.
Yep, and boy, just not much more to say. I mean, just a totally dominant performance here by Porter. It's a little more common to see something like that at middle school than at high school, but enough cannot be said about his performance here tonight.
42-42. Once again, breaking the huddle and coming for the two-point conversion try to break the tie, as looks like Grace is going to call a timeout. I know you don't have enough time in about 60 seconds, so why don't you kind of recap some of the scoring that we've seen in this game?
Oh, well, let's just there's really we can start with the second half. First drive of the second half on 3rd and long, Cashton Seaman found Kamani Willis, who eluded numerous defenders on an incredible effort as a runner after he had caught the ball on his way to the end zone. It was 30-26 Robertsville. Later in the third, Grace caught a long pass from Utley to Easton Housewright for 6. Utley threw the ensuing two-point conversion to Housewright again, and they converted for 2. It was 34-30 Grace at that point. Porter dropped back to pass for Robertsville later on in the quarter, but couldn't find any open. So what else did he do? He tucked it, he ran it, and he scored it. Two-point conversion afterwards was stopped short, and with 3:15 left in the third, it was 36-34 Robertsville. Grace just scored a moment ago. Braylon Mathis with a 19-yard run. He also carried it in for a two-point conversion, making it 42-36 Grace. Just moments ago, Lemire Porter returned the onside kick, and it's now tied 42-42. Robertsville with a chance to take the lead on the two-point conversion.
And they will go with the direct snap to Porter once again. He rolls to his left. He cuts back inside and into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and Robertsville retakes the lead 44-42. You know, I'm glad we didn't pick one of those 7-6 ball games. We've seen a lot of offense. Unfortunately, it's going to be a later night than I anticipated, but what a great game. And you talked about the performance by Porter. He and Willis have just been phenomenal.
Tremendous, and boy, a little more respect for what Mike Sheehan does, because I'm getting a hand cramp. We've gone through 2 pages, and we're not done yet of notes just on the scoring alone. We're, in the 80s at this point? 86 points combined scored. I can't see the scoreboard, but I think that's right. And boy, we're not done yet. So, at this point, Dave, I think as a color commentator, I'll throw my opinion in here. If I'm Robertsville, you might as well onside kick the thing, because nobody's stopping anybody at this point.
30 seconds to play, third quarter, 44-42. And here goes the kick by Robertsville once again. And it's going to be returnable at the 35 to the 40, breaks the tackle, and down the sideline, and then still he goes. And he breaks another tackle, and he's going to score. Lots and lots of missed tackles. No flags are down, so back-to-back kickoff returns by both teams, and Grace retakes the lead. Robertsville had a lot of opportunities. There was not a whole lot of room, including the sideline here, but he's a big, strong kid. He just ran through them, a couple missed tackles, and unfortunately for the Robertsville Rams, they trail again. Now it's 48-44. And he flips over to another page on the
just
scoring.
Just onside kick it. There's no point.
Yes, I mean, both teams have returned kickoffs, back-to-back plays. What a ball game. I'm glad we picked this one, Alex.
Although my hand's going to be cramping. I don't need Gatorade after this game for my hand.
Also because it's 95 degrees up in the press box here.
Word.
As they'll
Heat
go
rises, and we're not on the second. We're on the third floor.
Boy, the second floor was nice and cool, though. As they go for another two-point conversion. Let me try to get over here so I can see it. Utley still at quarterback. 12 seconds to play in the third quarter. Utley looks over to the sideline. once again. A lot of scoring creates a long ball game, and that's what we've had. We're still in the third quarter. Utley gets the snap. He wants to throw it in the end zone. 2 points is good. And now it is 50-44 with Robertsville trailing. Caleb, I'm going to send it back to you. We'll take a break. We'll be back. 12 seconds to play third quarter. Back with more action in a moment.
Now back to the Fox Insurance Group Oak Ridge Wildcat Football live stream on YouTube. Come in, discover the difference of an independent insurance agency. Fox Insurance Group Oak Ridge.
Welcome back. 12 seconds to play third quarter. 50-44 is our score. Yes, that is the score. It's been a lot of offense, a lot of big-time special teams plays on both teams. And now the Rams will onside kick it once again. The last time they did it, it was resulting in a touchdown for Porter once again. They're not trying to kick it deep. Let's see. This time he does kick it deep. Angling over the sideline. He's fielded by Willis at the 30. Going to the left sideline, cuts across the field to the 40, to the 45-yard line. Still on his way to the 47-yard line. And you can, almost a sarcastic applause there by the Grace crowd here as they stop somebody on a kickoff. And that was going to be the final play of the third quarter, but they stopped the clock with 1 second to play. But another fine return this time is Willis. They elected to go away, Alex, from the onside kick.
Yeah, and I still think it would have been the right decision for both of these teams, just to onside kick, because you saw right there, Willis, it just gave him an opportunity. What a time to have a quick trigger on stopping the game clock. I think if I was up there at this point, I'd have let that thing run to the end of the quarter.
1 second to play. Final play of the third period. Once again, Porter behind in the shotgun. Wildcat formation, basically. 2 receivers split to the right. They haven't thrown the ball much. Robertsville.
Porter does have a touchdown pass.
And here comes Porter. He is going to run. He moves the ball across midfield. Down the sideline he goes, moving his way to the 40. Pushed out of bounds at the Grace 36-yard line, and that is where Robertsville will have it. First down, 10 yards to go. A 10 Bank of Oak Ridge first down, but they'll have it in the fourth quarter. We go to the fourth and final period here at Grace Christian Academy, the game you're watching live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. 50-44, Robertsville trails. We'll be back to Grace in 60 seconds.
Need a foot and ankle specialist? KOC Oak Ridge is here to help. Our podiatrist has been serving the Oak Ridge community for more than 30 years. From conservative care to surgical intervention, we treat our patients like family. We want to make sure you're on your feet cheering for the Wildcats this season. So whether you're dealing with a recent injury or an ongoing condition, give us a call at 865-558-4400. KOC Oak Ridge. We want to get you back to living the life you love.
Main Street Lofts, a premier rental community in the heart of historic Oak Ridge, Tennessee, offering studio, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom newly built apartment homes. Enjoy both 24-hour modern fitness centers. Take a dip in our sparkling saltwater swimming pool. Cozy up on a chilly night at our fire pit by our grilling area, or take a nap in one of our hammocks. Your furry four-legged friends will surely love exercising in our pet park and getting pampered in our pet spa.
Welcome back once again to Grace, opening play of the fourth quarter. Low snap. They are going to pass. He has time. Fires a pass. It's incomplete. Had a lot of time to throw it. And it's incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go. 7:54 to play in the ball game. 50-44. 94 points scored in this game.
Yeah, I see Coach John Spratling over there, longtime assistant coach for the Wildcats, former Wildcat himself, longtime Robertsville basketball coach. I think there's been a lot of games, I'm sure, that at the end of the third quarter in basketball, you don't have this many points.
Especially in the middle school level.
Yeah.
Ball is at the Grace 35-yard line. Surprised they tried to pass. I guess they had to mix it up just a bit. The run has been quite effective, especially in the shotgun for Porter once again. He's got a running back with him. High snap, he is going to run, and once again, he's going to get good yardage. Wow. He's got a first down and more down the sideline, cuts inside the 10, to the 3, to the 2. Is he in the end zone? He is. Touchdown, Robertsville. How many touchdowns does Porter have in this ball game?
We'll have to go back. I don't know if I can count that high, David. Just a great. That wasn't that funny, Caleb. I guess what they say, there's always a little bit of truth in good comedy, David. I mean, what a play by Porter. His first cut is just, I mean, you could run that back on film. It was beautiful. Whole offense, whole defense, everybody was going to the left. The play looked like was designed to go back that way. Great vision, sees a little hole off the right guard, plants that left foot in, drives back to the right, and it was off to the races from there.
50-50. I have never called a ball game where the score was this high. Ever. They'll go for the 2-point conversion. Robertsville will and the lead. Porter's going to just run it himself. He's going to dive, and he is denied, I believe, the end zone. So we remain tied at 50-50. 7:44 to play. We'll take another break, Caleb. We'll let you push the buttons and run another spot. We'll be back to Grace. 50-50 our score. 7:44 to play in the ball game.
Summit Medical Group of Oak Ridge is the leader in primary health care. We offer convenient telehealth appointments for those difficult times getting to the clinic. For the convenience of our patients, we have on-site physical therapy, lab services, x-ray, and ultrasound. Summit Medical Group of Oak Ridge is located across from Roan State in our brand new location at 850 Briarcliff Avenue. To schedule an appointment, call 865-483-3172. We're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays 9 to 5. Summit Medical Group of Oak Ridge, the leaders in primary care. Get to the summit.
Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy, where we are broadcasting the middle school game between Robertsville Middle School and Oak Ridge against Grace Christian Academy on Oak Ridge Highway. Robertsville to kick off once again. It looks like we have Porter still down. He was cramping in the end zone, but I was telling Caleb during the break here, not shocking. I know it's extremely hot, and he's been running all over this field tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we were just thinking about it over the break. I mean, he's got an interception on the 2-point conversion. He's got, I think, maybe 2 touchdown kickoff returns. There hasn't been a punt in this game. No shocker based on the score. And who knows? He's got a passing touchdown. Who knows how many rushing touchdowns? Probably 5 or 6 at this point. Thankfully, it appears that he's going to be all right. But, boy, for Robertsville, you hope he can get back in there because, you know, he's quite literally Mr. Everything for you right now, and you've got to have him in there. And hopefully Robertsville will onside it. I'll say this, though. Grace is not fielding this return as if it's going to be an onside, but we'll see.
So they're lined up to kick. And who is the kicker here for Robertsville?
That is
number 70.
Spencer Hatmaker.
Okay, thank you. I want to make his grandparents happy. There's an onside kick. It is recovered by Grace at the 44-yard line. So it's 7:43 to play, and one of the longest middle school games I think I can remember. But when you score 100 points, that's what you're going to get. Like I said a minute ago, we picked a good one to cover.
We did, and, you know, Dave, we were talking about in the broadcast the other night, about 10 o'clock rolls around. I'm about ready for bed, and the game got pushed back because of a soccer game here prior to this one, a high school soccer game. And so it's a 7:30-ish kick. And then with all these points, I mean, you might as well have a TV game with all these TV timeouts we've had. What a game, though. Like you said, if you're a fan of offense and if you're a fan of excitement, this has been the game for you. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, shotgun formation. Once again for Utley and this Grace offense. And now, Dave, one of the things that's going to be interesting as we get later and later into this ballgame, at some point, does someone strategically take their foot off the gas and try to run a little clock?
They're going to throw it. Pass is going to be complete across midfield. Gain of about 7. And it is a catch at the 48-yard line. Second down and 2 yards to go.
Pretty little concept by Grace right there. They just swung a one wide receiver, I think it was a slot man, out, which pulled the outside linebacker away from the hash mark and then just threw right where he left. So knowing that Robertsville is in a man-to-man defense, it's a beautiful play.
Second down, 2 yards to go for the Grace Rams. We're down to 7:11 to play.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a deep shot to the left at one point. It's got one man over there, and with just one high safety, there's a lot of ground to make up.
Good snap, handoff to the running back, and he splits the defense once again. They have found something in the middle, and they move the ball to the Robertsville 35. That's Mathis once again. You talk about some individual performances on both teams. I mean, Mathis has been really, really good. Utley's been good at quarterback. It's been just a phenomenal game by both of these two teams.
Yeah, and it's just crazy to think that Robertsville is doing this without basically their starting running backs playing quarterback right now.
First down, 10 yards to go. They've had one bad snap in this one. I'm sure Robertsville would love to have that right here because neither defense has forced a punt. There is a handoff, and once again, nobody there to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. He does move the ball across the 30 down to the 28-yard line, and it's going to be short of a first down by a yard or two.
And boy, how big, and thankfully it looks like Porter's back in there for Robertsville. How big would just a fumble be? I mean, at some point, it doesn't look like either of these defenses are going to make a stop by themselves, but perhaps if you could force a turnover, try to punch a ball out, get an interception, a big sack, you're going to have to do something because if not, Grace looks like they're poised and ready to march down the field and score again.
Second down, 2 yards to go, 5:47 and counting. I would assume Grace would want to use as much time off the clock as they possibly can, taking the foot off the gas, as you pointed out, but Utley is going to pass. Batted down at the line of scrimmage, and that stops the clock at 5:35 to play.
Great play right there by a guy who plays tight end on the offensive side of the ball. Now he's playing outside linebacker. That's Everett Hartman, number 11. Great play so many times, even for high schoolers and college players. When they see that, basically what's a screen play where they're letting you back into the backfield and they want you to clear out from where that running back's floating out to. So often it's just tempting to go try to sack the quarterback. That time he stayed disciplined and went for the pass breakup instead of the sack.
They're down 2 yards to go for Grace. The ball at the Robertsville 33-yard line, 5:35 to play in a 50-50 ball game. Utley will pass. Pass is going to be caught. Blockers in front. First down. Nice tackle, but not before he picks up a first down across the 25-yard line. House right on the stop. It'll be 1st and 10, Grace.
Willis on the reception. It wasn't bad defense. Unfortunately, he was just playing, probably 7-8 yards off, and after that quick little flip out into the flat, he only needed about 3 yards. So by the time Willis came up and did successfully make the tackle, unfortunately, it was just a little too late.
Ball's at the 24-yard line, 5:28. The clock is stopped on the out-of-bounds shove. First down, 10 yards to go. Titus Fetter's doing camera work for us. He's become our top guy camera. Handoff goes to the back, and he is hit, and they bring him down at the 20-yard line. It's a good gain of 4 for them. Caleb Riker's up here, Braden Sharp. My name is David Clary, along with Alex Myers. Hartman, Montgomery make the stop. 5:13 to play. Second down, 7 yards to go. The ball is just shy of the 30 of the Rams in a 50-50 ball game. This quarter moving quicker.
Thank goodness.
Yes, as Utley is looking over the sideline. They're trying to get their right personnel in.
Talking about this score, boy, this looks like a Campbell County game. Feels like one, doesn't it?
It does, for sure. I think Justin and Jason are going to do a really good job up here.
Yeah, it's exciting. You always liked watching those guys. Two guys that were easy to root for.
Here's another pass. It's going to be caught. Oh, nice. It's incomplete. Boy, he was going to be popped anyway. Number 20. Looks like number 23 or 22 came up really, really quick.
That's Cato Slater. Cato, great to see him out there making a play. He's a youngster. I think he's just in 6th grade. He's a kid. I had a chance when he was a real little kid coaching him basketball. Great athlete, really nice young man, and nice to see him out there making a play as a youngster.
So it's 4-down territory for the Rams, obviously, from Grace. It'll be 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Clock stop, 4:39 to play. They've been able to pass at will against Robertsville. Last drive, nice bat down just a moment ago. Robertsville needs to step up defensively in the secondary because, And he can also run, as we've seen, as Utley has it once again. I don't know. It's interesting how as soon as they don't jump, he just kind of points down to the center. I don't know what that means. It'll be 3rd down 7. He is going to pass. Pressured, floats it, end zone. Pass intercepted. Yes! Robertsville at the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 33-yard line. They do step up and make the huge defensive play as they pick it off in the end zone and a chance to win the ball game.
Caston Seaman. He's been close all night long. David Clary, that time he gets it. And great play by him. Thought about taking a knee, but it was the right decision to bring it out as he knew what to do with the ball in his hands. Brings it out to the 33-yard line. He almost broke it, and may be advantageous. If you're Robertsville, start looking around going, as well as we're running the ball, let's just try to make this the last possession of the game.
Ball is at the 33-yard line. Here comes Robertsville's offense once again. 4:26 to play in the ball game. 50-50 is our score, and here comes the Robertsville Ram offense once again. It'll be Porter taking the direct snap with a lone running back, 2 receivers to the right. And I agree with you. There's no reason really to pass as play is halted and a timeout is asked for by Grace. Caleb, let's take another break here. We've done a lot of talking. 50-50 our score. Back in 30 seconds.
Hello, this is Jim Norman, proud member of the 1979 Oak Ridge Wildcat football team. And I, along with my wife Mary and sons, former Wildcats James Norman and Elliot Norman, would like to wish the Wildcats a very successful season.
Jim Normand is a partner in another long tradition of excellence, the law firm of Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand, PLLC, and Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand Title Services, a full-service law firm in Oak Ridge for nearly 70 years. Give Jim a call at 482-2486.
David Clary back here along with Alex Myers, Caleb Riker, Titus Fedders, Braden Sharp, Robertsville, and Grace tied at 50. Robertsville has the ball. Was that the first turnover?
No, Grace, remember at the end of the half, Grace
Oh,
fumbled. But
yeah.
it's the first interception throw by a quarterback who's otherwise really played a really good game with Utley.
4:26 to play. Snap is good directly to Porter. Porter 35, 40. Porter 40-yard line, and that's where he's pushed back at around the 38. Good tackle there by Grace.
Yeah, and, just watching as dominant as he's been, I don't know that it's possible for Robertsville to take this clock down with one possession, because I don't know that it could almost remind you of that Herbert Booker run from a few years ago when it didn't even look like he wanted to return it, but nobody could tackle
The Carnes game, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he's going to be able to hold himself out of the end zone for 4 more minutes.
From the 38-yard line, we're down to 3:50 to play in regulation. 50-50 is our score. Robertsville, 2nd down and about 6. I agree with what Caleb said. Forward progress, I think, was a little farther up, but I guess they deemed that he was still trying to move. As Porter gets the handoff 40, moves the ball for a first down, a 10-bank of Oak Ridge first down to around the 47-yard line. The Grace fans, I think every play they think is a hold. You can hear that very, very loudly up here.
I wonder, I think Mr. Chris with the class of 1989, we've had an opportunity. I don't think they've been class of 1989 touchdowns.
Yeah, Chris Corwin. Well, that's true.
He has a bunch of them.
That's a bunch of them, yes. In the Oak Ridge ball games, the class of 1989, Chris Corwin, they sponsor our touchdowns. And I never remember that. And the guy's been such a great sponsor for us. But this is a middle school game, so I'm gonna call that this wasn't a high school ball game. But as a timeout is asked for, we'll hold it right here, Caleb. Guys, let me talk to these guys over here. Caleb, your thoughts on this game?
Insane. I don't even think I've seen any game. I've never been to a game with this high of a score other than one team scoring around 50 points, and that was normally not us whenever we played a team in my years of football, but all right.
Braden Sharp?
This kind of reminded me of that Tennessee-Alabama game a couple years ago. They just shoot out to the very end, see how it goes here.
Titus Fedders, you have something to say?
Yeah, I just think it's crazy how high scoring this game is.
50-50 is our score. Alex, we're down to 2:48 to play, and one of the most offensive ball games. I don't mean that in a negative way that I've seen. Caleb said, and you mentioned like a basketball score at the middle school level, but
or when I was playing a basketball score at our level.
well, that's very true. When Barry Wortman was the coach, he kind of held down the scores, did he not? Told Cam Gregg, don't shoot. Told just about everybody not to shoot, especially in that Bearden ball game. But that's
as the bench captain, Dave, I will say.
I thought that was Thomas Cox.
Well, I was both Thomas Cox and T. Thomas at the same time at one point, I think.
Hey, let's go back to football here. First down, 10 yards to go for Robertsville. The ball at their own 47-yard line in a 50-50 ball game. 2:48 to play. Let's see. I don't see Porter in the ball game right now, and now play is halted, and another timeout is asked for. Caleb, go ahead and play the timeout.
Your pets are part of the family, and the caring professionals at MacArthur Animal Hospital know this, and they put their years of veterinary experience in caring to work. MacArthur Animal Hospital is located at 2190 Oak Ridge Turnpike in Oak Ridge. To learn more or to make an appointment, please call Dr. Paul Sluha at 865-482-1797. MacArthur Animal Hospital is proud to support some other cats too, the Oak Ridge Wildcats, and they would like to wish them well this season. MacArthur Animal Hospital, proudly serving the Oak Ridge area. 482-1797.
David Clary back here along with Alex Myers here at Grace. I noticed Porter wasn't in the ball game, and as you said, jokingly maybe Coach Gray realized he wasn't in the ball game. He might be still cramping because he was cramping. Now he's back in the game, so I'm assuming he was cramping.
Yeah, it looked like there was a small huddle of folks, and either that was a defensive staff huddling around together or it was players huddling around him. I'm not sure, but thankfully he's back out there, and it looks like that is Bentley Pettis in the backfield alongside him.
First down, 10 yards to go. The ball is snapped, and the hand. No, it's going to be Porter to pass. He throws the ball deep, and the pass is incomplete. I don't know. The passing game hasn't really been there. Good coverage there by Grace. It's second down and 10. Willis, the intended receiver.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know that I would even pass. I mean, to me, this is really, he's not even your second string quarterback because it was Seaman that came in to start the game after your starting quarterback went down. So to me, this kid's pitched about a perfect game, if you will, on the ground. I'd let him keep doing it. Don't hurt yourself. At this age, a lot of times, which team, as long as you don't beat yourself, you'll win a lot of ball games.
Second down, 10 yards to go, but if he's cramping, he might not be able to run here.
I'd take him cramping over most kids that I've seen on this field tonight.
From the 47, moving right to left, he is going to run. He gets hit in the backfield, and he moves the ball to the 50 and moves the ball into Grace territory. The ball comes out, and Grace has recovered it at the 45-yard line.
They missed a face mask early in that play, and unfortunately, with that call being missed, that fumble will count. So Grace gets the ball back. Now all of a sudden, neither team really turned the ball over. It's a very clean game, and now both teams back-to-back, have turned the ball over. Now all of a sudden, is it going to be which defense makes the big play in the end?
2:33 to play. Grace has been hard to stop.
And now Robertsville burning 2 timeouts on consecutive plays. They don't really have the ability to stop the clock right here if Grace is able to keep it on the ground.
It's kind of similar to Friday's ball game against Jefferson County. They start this drive at the 45 after the fumble. Utley, the former Robertsville Ram, is the quarterback for the Grace Christian Academy Rams. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 45-yard line. Hand off to the running back, and they horse collar him down, but there's no flag. Must have just got him around the neck. It'll be second down and 8 yards to go. It's a good tackle.
It was a very good, disciplined no call from the official. It looked like a face mask or a horse collar. A horse collar, even if you get him around the collar, it's not one unless you get him from behind. It was almost a clothesline is what it was. It was a violent-looking play, but it was no penalty.
Second down, 8 yards to go for Grace. 2:05 to play in the ball game, 50-50. We're in regulation. We could be headed towards an overtime ball game in the middle school level with 100 points already on the board. And Caleb with his
RFQ's coming. Caleb.
Oh yeah, quarterback Utley to pass across the way, almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by number 71 Hatmaker. One hand on it. He kind of rushed it. I guess he thought he didn't have as much time as he did. And a good play by Hatmaker. It's 3rd and 8.
Well, it's plays like that where, the big fella, number 61 for Robertsville earlier in the game when Lemire Montgomery put a licking on him after he released the ball. You almost think that kind of rushes a young quarterback up, kind of fearful that that pressure might be coming once again.
1:46 to play in the ball game. Third down, 8 yards to go. At the Grace 47. Utley gets the snap, rolls to pass, pressured, goes deep. It's overthrown, incomplete, and it's fourth down.
You got to punt this.
Fourth down. Facing Grace.
I think you have to punt this, right? We've seen one punt, I think, in this game, and with 1:40 to go, I think you have to force Robertsville to go 70, 80 yards, but it doesn't look like Grace is going to do that. I think they don't think – this tells you what Grace thinks about their defense. I think they think Porter is so good that if they don't score, Robertsville's winning this game.
1 minute, 42 seconds to play in regulation, 50-50, fourth down, 8 yards to go. They're playing the deep safety back here at the 35. They need to get to the 45-yard line of Robertsville for a first down. Utley is the quarterback. They'll have a receiver split to the left, one lone man, single coverage on him to the right, playing back of him.
Play clock's got to be winding down.
It's got to be. It's got to be. I don't see the umpire signaling anything as getting close to the end. He does now as Utley's going to pass. Pressured across the way. Pass is caught. Touchdown. Splits the defense. A beautifully thrown pass. But then the ball comes out and he fumbles it, but it is a touchdown. Utley's still standing back here at the 40-yard line. I don't see any flags, but just a beautiful route and a beautiful throw and a touchdoam for Grace.
They also still haven't signaled touchdown, so again, here we are complaining, but they never signaled it. It looks like that player was hurt, unfortunately, at the end of the play, but I'll say this, didn't get the number, but as the rest of Robertsville's team kind of just gave up and assumed it was a touchdown, somebody came from the back end. I think it was Willis, number 2, Caleb's signaling to me, almost made the play of the game, stripping that ball. Unfortunately, there was no teammate down there to recover it, but what an individual effort by him not giving up on that play.
It is approaching 10 o'clock in your bedtime, a long middle school ball game. We said it was pushed back to 7:30 because Grace was playing a soccer game beforehand. Who were they playing? Did you even notice?
Catholic, and
Catholic?
It was a very one-sided ordeal.
It's going to take us probably going to take us 20 minutes just to get to our car where we had to park. It's a long ways. There's a lot of room here, but not a whole lot of parking close to this football facility as they're still attending to the injured man. Caleb, why don't you run a break here? 56-50 is our score. We'll be back with the two-point conversion try in a moment.
At KOC Oak Ridge, we love high school football time in Tennessee. We've been helping generations of Wildcats with their orthopedic needs since 1979. From sports injuries to total joint replacement, we're here when you need us. Conveniently located right next to Methodist Medical Center on Vermont Avenue. KOC Oak Ridge is honored to care for your whole family through every season of life. Schedule your appointment today by calling 865-558-4400 and go Cats!
Welcome back once again to Grace Christian Academy. Middle school ball game live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We appreciate all of you watching it. If you're still up, I know a lot of middle schoolers are probably in bed by now. Kind of a late night. 56-50 is the score. They'll go for 2.
Dave, when you went to school, was it a junior high then?
It was junior high, Robertsville and Jefferson Junior Highs. I think they switched it in like 1999, I believe. Yeah, I'm old, guys. Yeah, I'm old.
You know, quick note here. Thankfully, the Grace kid appears to be coming off the field. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Quick note, I'd be remiss not to mention, so we don't have a game this Friday. A lot of people excited about UT and Tennessee getting their season started. Tip of the cap to one of Oak Ridge's own, Kendall Jackson, who is on the UTC football team. So if you're down there, I think he's number 44 maybe. Take a 45. Thank you. So if you see 45, know that that's an Oak Ridge Wildcat in Neyland Stadium this Saturday.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him. Well, I love seeing our former players get a chance. So here's our little screen pass, and the two-point conversion is in. So it is now 58-50, but there's still 89 seconds left in this ball game. anything can happen, Alex Myers.
It's a lot of time. This game has been like playing video games. I mean, if you play a video game, you don't want 20 seconds on the clock because you can score. That's kind of how this game feels, even though Robertsville's done it on the ground. But they're getting such big chunk plays that you feel like minute and a half, that's plenty of time for them to go down. Unfortunately, though, even if they score, they got more work to do. They've got to score and get the 2-point conversion. What a ball game.
We will not have an extended post-game show, but Alex, while you have a chance, why don't you run down who has the touchdowns for Robertsville? That'll be our scoring summary because it would take, we'll be here to 11 o'clock.
I'll be honest, Dave, I stopped writing them. This last one I did not write down, but that was for Grace anyway. So it was Kamani Willis with the first touchdown, then Lemire Porter, and I'll count them up in between these plays.
They'll go another onside kick here. Robertsville a little out of sorts here. Here's a little pop-up kick. It's going to be fielded by Willis at the 40, at the 45. Willis tackled at the 46-yard line. That is where Robertsville will take over. First down, 10 yards to go with 1:26 to play. And another cramping Ram, this time for Grace. I mean, it's been hot. I mean, when we got here, it was in the 90s. It's just now probably still in the 80s up here in the press box, and it has been a long, long ball game. Caleb, are you going to fail tomorrow?
No, because I'm going to stay up till 12 and study because this game has gone on forever, it seems like, with all the touchdowns.
And the injured players, are you ready to give a report here? We got an opportunity. He's still counting it down. We do have a cramping Grace, and we appreciate anybody from Grace who might have been watching our broadcast. A good-looking football team. Their offense is phenomenal. They've got some skilled players that are really, really good, and they're a fun team to watch, as was Robertsville today.
I'm counting 5 with Porter, and I think that's correct. We'll see. But it looks like either 4 or 5 touchdowns for Porter. Willis had, actually I think it's only 4 because Willis had a kickoff return, 75-yard kickoff return, and he also had a pass caught from Cashton Seaman, and that was the other two, Tavin Seaman, excuse me. That was the other two scores in this ball game.
58-50. Grace on top of Robertsville. The ball is at the 48-yard line. 3 receivers split to the right. Porter with the snap. Wants to throw it. He has all day. He's going to throw it down. There's the man. The pass is there. It's caught. Touchdown, Robertsville. Robertsville. They score with just about 9 seconds off the clock. A beautiful throw by Porter. Hit him right in stride. And we're to within a 2-point conversion of another tie ball game. 58-56 the score. Wow. I mean, that was a beautiful pass play. Just a beautiful route, a beautiful throw.
I've seen high school quarterbacks that can't throw the ball that far. I didn't know he had it in him. He struggled with just a couple shorter passes earlier. They were kind of wobbling throws. That time he almost crow-hopped into it. And, boy, that was a beautiful high-arcing, spiraling ball that Willis was able to run underneath. Great throw, great catch, and I agree with this right here. If you're Coach Gray, you've got 1 timeout left. You're not stopping the clock on defense. There's no reason to hold that timeout. Get your guys over there. Call your best short yardage play because you've got to have this. And I even think, even if you get this and tie the game up, to me, I almost think you onside it because there's – every team's returning. Even when they don't return it for touchdowns, they're still getting it up near the 40, 50-yard line. So you might as well just onside the kick.
58-56 the score, 1:17 to play in this one. I don't know. It's just a spur-of-the-moment decision to come over and do this ball game. And like I've said several times, it's been really, really fun to watch.
This feels like old school Big 12 football or something. Not even old school, just current. The last several years. This is like Maction or something, Dave. This is incredible. What a game. It's not my preferred style. I prefer to see a little bit of defense, but hey, it doesn't get much more exciting than this. Huge play coming up right here. I'd look for no one else but Porter to get the action going.
They're going for the 2-point conversion and the tie. Porter is in the backfield, getting ready to take the direct snap. 2-point conversion try for Robertsville. He gets the snap, and he is diving towards the end zone, and he is in it. That is a 2-point conversion for Robertsville, and we are tied 58-58. A minute 17 to play in the ball game. Let's take a break here unless you have something to say, Alex. But let's go back to that touchdown. What a throw, what a catch.
I didn't know, again, that this is for a guy to have that good of an arm, to throw that beautiful of a pass, and for the coaching staff to have the faith to say, as good as he's running the ball, we think that we can complete this pass 30, 40 yards downfield. And again, this is the guy, it's not their starting quarterback. It's not really their second-string quarterback. He's kind of their third option that they've moved to their second option because of how well he's played. I can't say enough about the individual effort. And I'll say this, too. That offensive line, we call their names a couple times. We don't mention them a bunch, but he had a lot of time to throw that ball, and they've done a really good job creating holes for him all night. He gets the stats, but it doesn't happen without those big mollies up front.
1 minute, 17 seconds to play in regulation. 58-58 the score, and it's getting close to your bedtime there, Alex Myers. It is 10 minutes till 10. Here's the kick, and he is going to onside kick it. It's going to bounce away, and it's recovered by whom? Big battle for it. I think the Rams of Grace have got it back, but it was close. It was rattling around, and Grace does recover it, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 47 with a minute 15 to play in the ball game. We said it earlier, whoever has the ball last might be the team that wins, and if you're a Robertsville fan, you hope not. I hope you need to stop here.
You know, I don't know how many streams middle school football games get, but if anybody just wants to see a good game, this may be way higher than we ended up thought, and we would have thought ahead of time that this game would have got, because I don't care what level of football you like to watch. If you like a good game and an exciting one, this is the game for you.
58-58 the score. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the Grace Christian Academy 47-yard line. Minute 15 to play in the ball game.
Smart play switching the more experienced cornerback Porter on number 2 for Grace, who has been a guy they've gone to in that slot slant position.
Utley at quarterback. Gone all the way except maybe one play. Hand off to the back. Boom! He's blasted. Gets away. Runs into his own man. Then Robertsville does make the tackle at the 43. Mathis was hit in the backfield. Was able to somehow elude that first tackler, but the Robertsville Rams strung it out well enough, and they lose 2 yards on the play.
And it looks like Grace is kind of going to be content to let this tick into overtime. Again, Robertsville cannot stop the clock. They don't have a timeout left. But if I'm Grace, at least I'm going to throw one deep here. You've shown the ability to complete those. Robertsville safety, Seaman, you've got to know that no one can get behind you.
Watch that slant here. 40 seconds to play and counting in the game. 58-58. Second down, we'll call it 13 yards to go. Loss of 3 on the previous play. Quarterback rolling to his right. Looks to throw. Might run. Throws it up there, and catch is made. And it's inside Robertsville territory at the 36. There's only 22 seconds to play. That time, well, it's first down.
It's first down, and now they're going to have to stop the clock. 22 seconds to go. Again, field goal really not an option, so they've got to go 37 yards in 22 seconds. Clock now about to start.
At the 37 officially. First down, 10 yards to go for Grace.
Why is the clock
He must have gone out of bounds. Okay. That's all I can figure. 58-58 the score. 22 seconds to play in regulation here at Grace Christian Academy. Utley at quarterback. 116 points scored. He's going to throw it backwards. They're going to double pass. He dropped it, and the quarterback, boom, he's blasted, and down he goes. It was a double pass, but the pass to him was low. He had to pick it up off the ground. Not a whole lot of time ticked off. 16 seconds remaining.
And Grace is lucky that that wasn't ruled a fumble, because I do agree with the call. I think his arm was moving forward. However, he got hit as he was releasing that, and that's awful close to being a fumble. And you do that, and it's Robertsville's ball.
Second down, 10 yards to go. 16 seconds in regulation. 58-58 the score. Grace with 3 receivers to the right. They take so much time at the line. This game, it's approaching 10 o'clock. Long middle school ball game. I thought we'd be in and out of here in about an hour and a half.
Both of these teams well conditioned, obviously.
Second down, 10. Utley running. up the field. Now throws a pass, and he's tackled. Inbounds. Now he gets out of bounds with 9 seconds to play, so 7 seconds tick off the clock. He goes out of bounds at the Robertsville 31-yard line. 8 seconds to play. In regulation, it'll be, looks like second or third down at the 31.
Good play and effort right there by the receiver for Grace, because if he's not really careful, that was quite close to being called that his progress was stopped in bounds, and if that's the case, game's over. We're going to overtime.
Third down. It's about 5 yards to go.
I would drop an extra safety back if I'm Robertsville. I don't know. You don't want to let them sit back there and pick you apart, but to me, I'm dropping an extra guy deep. You know they're going for the end zone.
I would drop
here.
the linebackers back a little bit too.
Absolutely.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Pressure, quarterback, batted down, I believe. It'll be fourth down with 6 seconds to play. Fourth down, and comes down to this. Fourth down, 5 yards to go. Only 6 seconds in regulation. 58-58 is the score. Good defense by Robertsville.
Suddenly, it's the two defenses that are making plays out here. I love it. And Grace wants a timeout. It's got to be their final one, I would think.
Caleb, let's play another timeout here. 58-58 our score. Back to Grace in a moment.
TK Wheeler Jewelers has been a staple of the Oak Ridge community for over 40 years. When you're getting ready to celebrate one of life's biggest moments, you need to head over to South Illinois Avenue next to the Outback Steakhouse. You can choose from over $2.5 million of beautiful inventory. Give the gift of gold, diamonds, precious birthstones, or a timepiece that will never go out of style. When you want gorgeous jewelry at great prices and a 5-star shopping experience, you want TK Wheeler Jewelers. Proud supporter of the Oak Ridge High School football team. Go Wildcats!
Back here at Grace Christian Academy, just down the road on Oak Ridge Highway. Not too far, but as it approaches 10 o'clock, it seems farther and farther away. It is fourth down, 5 yards to go. Grace and Robertsville tied 58-58. Caleb made a remark during the break, and I have to agree, maybe the greatest middle school game I've ever seen,
I don't
honestly.
know that I've seen a better one, at least not a more exciting one from a scoring perspective.
Grace to throw once again. Pressure. Quarterback running. In trouble. He throws the ball. Man is there, but it's incomplete. And time has expired. If he just had a little bit more time, Robertsville was chasing him. He delivered the pass just a hair in front of him, Alex Myers, or that's a touchdown. And it looks like we've got overtime here at Grace Christian Academy.
Wow, that was really, really close. The guy, he would have, the defenders would have had a chance to tackle him for sure, but with his speed, I'm not sure they would have caught him. That was really close to being a walk-off touchdown, David. Middle school overtime rules. Are you caught up on them? Because I'll be honest,
I'm handing it over to Braden Sharp, who is a sophomore member of the Oak Ridge Wildcat football team, a receiver and defensive back. And what else do you do? But tell us the rules.
I think if it's the same as high school rules, they'll go 10-yard line going in. Each team will get a chance to score, and from there on out, that's how they're going to rule the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's the same rules as high school. They each get a timeout, too. So.
And there's no sudden death?
There is no sudden death.
Because with these teams, I mean, we could
10 yards.
I mean, I don't know that we'll make it to third down.
What was that, Tennessee, Arkansas? Was it
7 overtimes. Jason Witten caught the final touchdown with probably the largest orange stripes on pants I've ever seen in my life.
Of course, Caleb likes him better in blue and silver, but that's probably the last time they even won a title, Dallas Cowboys.
They didn't win one with him, unfortunately.
They've never won in Caleb's lifetime, that's for sure.
Never won one in your lifetime either, Dave, and you're about triple my age.
Good job there, Caleb. Good job. That's a good one. I'll give you that one. Caleb?
Did he just rise up on you, Dave?
Oh, boy. Yes, he did. That was a good one, Caleb. Caleb, I'll give you that one. I don't give you a lot of credit, but I'll give you credit on that one. We've been a lot of places before. This might be the last time we go someplace. Not really. Well, let's get back to football here. Overtime, they're going to get it at the 10-yard line. 58-58 is the score. And I know we have a lot of people watching. We've had several people watch. I think this is a game when these parents and these players get back, our views on this broadcast they're going to spike
I
big
think
time.
Jefferson people are going to want to watch. I mean, it's just like you said. Even if you don't have a kid on the team, you didn't go to either one of these schools. It's just a fun game, and unlike a lot of games with younger kids, it's been a pretty clean game. You know, there's been a few penalties, which you'd expect. Even in clean games, penalties happen. A couple turnovers late from Grace, but primarily for both teams, just a really incredible effort. And what I've loved, too, about the end of this game is the offense is going to get the credit, and they should. But it was the defenses of each team coming up with a key play, not necessarily a stop, stopping them on 3rd and 4th down, but coming up with a key play to get the ball back for their offense. And look out, if all these teams have to do is get 10 yards, Dave, the sun's about to come up in a few hours. I don't know. Absolutely
What you said about the defense, they really made plays when they had to. We probably have a lot of people from Grace will be watching this broadcast as well. Okay, here we go. Robertsville's going to get the ball first at the 10-yard line. They'll have 4 plays, unless there's a penalty involved, obviously, to get in the end zone. 58-58 the score. No time on the clock, obviously. It's just to get the ball at the 10. You have 4 downs. And Porter is in the backfield, I do believe. Let's see. The snap is going to go actually to the quarterback, and he's going to throw it. He throws it into the end zone, and it's going to be, I believe, picked off and dropped. Maybe. I can't really tell by the reaction.
They're not signaling anything.
Yeah, I didn't see a signal. I'm surprised.
Nobody on the field knows what's happening either. Because
are you surprised they just didn't give it to Porter?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean,
it is intercepted.
I call that getting cute in football, when you get too cute and you're trying to be too fancy. And for a second, if the player was open, and I understand what Robertsville was trying to do right there, they were trying to catch him off guard. But to me,
they haven't stopped him.
They haven't stopped him in 4 quarters. Why would they stop him from? And that's 50, 60 yards away from pay dirt. Why would you go away from that with 10 yards to go?
So now the Grace Christian Academy Rams have a chance at the 10-yard line. It's hard to. That's why we're broadcasters here. They make the decisions. But I agree with you. As they haven't been able to slow him down at all, and you feel bad for the kid who just threw the interception. It's been such a great ball game, especially if it ends like that. But let's see what Robertsville's defense can do. We haven't seen any kickers, so hopefully if you're a Robertsville fan, you can keep them out of the end zone right here and force them into maybe a kick.
And to me, in order to stop this team, you've almost got to get without a turnover, you've almost got to get a sack or a loss of yards at some point.
Utley to pass, throws it in the end zone. That's almost intercepted. Big hit on Utley, too.
Either one of these teams, I wouldn't throw the ball right now. Robertsville, when they've run up the middle, Grace has really had a lot of success. I don't know that Robertsville stopped number 3 for most of the game. And again, I don't. Grace, it's more of their offense than it has been of Robertsville's to pass it. But to me, that's just too dangerous. You got 10 yards to go.
2nd down, goal to go. Utley once again. 58-58 the score. We're in overtime period number 1 here from Grace Christian Academy. 2nd down and 10. Mathis gets the handoff, and he is blasted back at the 15-yard line. And then a late flag comes in. Do we have a face mask? It is going to be personal foul, face mask against the Rams of Robertsville, and that's an automatic first down.
And it had nothing to do with the play either. There was 3 guys wrapping him up, and he threw the flag as the tackle was they were already going down. So I'm not here to say it wasn't a face mask, but I am here to say it was an unnecessary one if it was one, because it was just what the doctor's order. Like we said, the only way you're going to stop them 4 times in a row is if you push them back at least one time. They did it there, but for nothing at this point.
Yeah, that would have been a loss of 5 yards.
They're still saying it's 2nd down on the field. We'll see if they change that.
Ball is at the 5 yards. Should be first down, goal to go at the 5 after the personal foul penalty. And you can hear the fans saying that it should be first down. It is first down. We know that. They know that. Hand off to Mathis. Mathis is at the 2, at the 1, and he is tackled. At that point, it'll be 2nd down, goal to go at the 1.
Yeah, I mean, you've really got no choice but to all-out blitz here. I know this is a team that can pass, but I think using their timeout right here. If I'm Grace, I've got 3 chances to punch it in from 2 yards. I might even take Utley right here, to be honest with you. As big and strong as he is, I think I might even just direct snap, spread the defense out wide, force those linebackers to get a little separation, and then just snap it and run forward.
What a tough way. If Robertsville can't hold them out, what a tough way to lose. I mean, neither team really deserved to lose this one because it's just 58-58. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Bryson Linnaeus listening to us online right now. Thank you, Bryson. But yeah, it's so many similarities to last Friday's game where you think a late turnover, the offense, who has the ball last, and a late turnover may be what causes it. But I tell you what, talking about Oak Ridge High School, when we're talking about this game, this is only half, right? There's Jefferson Middle School, too, as an action night. Certainly, we've seen some athletes on the field tonight that looking forward 2, 3, 4 years from now, there's a lot of excitement coming up that way.
Oh yeah, we've seen some great athletes out here, some good linemen as well. Bryson's a diehard Oak Ridge. He's a diehard Oak Ridge sports fan for sure, and appreciate Bryson watching our broadcast today. As the Grace Christian Academy Rams have the ball, looks like the 2-yard line where it'll be second down, goal to go from that point. A bad snap would be appropriate right here if you're a Robertsville fan, as the snap goes to Utley, and he is hit at the line and pushed back by Robertsville. No gain on the play. Third down, goal to go. Might have even lost a yard.
You know, it still looks bleak for Robertsville's standpoint. However, you get one stop right here, and they just announced fourth. They announced fourth. The guy on the official spotter says fourth. I'm with Grace's fans here. It should be third down.
Personal foul is an automatic first, is it not?
It should be, but at this point, it appears that this is so Robertsville's right in it. You're one play away, apparently.
Okay, they'll go for it here if it is indeed fourth down, and they move across the line. They've moved across the line. Illegal procedure against the Grace Rams. That's going to cost them 5 yards. And
what a wild. You texted me a couple nights ago and just kind of threw the idea out. Hey, maybe we might do the Robertsville game on Thursday. And sure, let's do it. And boy, did we ever know we probably won't see a high school game all season that's this exciting.
Well, here we go. The ball is put back at the 7-yard line. 58-58 the score. Overtime. Robertsville's first play was intercepted on overtime. Grace, according to the chains, says it's fourth down and goal to go at the 7-yard line. Mathis comes in motion. Utley's going to throw it to him. He's going to move the ball to the goal line. He's hit, and he is out. Oh, they say touchdown. Touchdown, Grace, and it's pandemonium on the field. They had him, I thought, in the backfield. I thought he stepped out of bounds, actually, when he went towards the pylon. But it's a huge celebration for Grace, and what a ball game. Unfortunately, it comes to a close. Robertsville falls 64-58 in overtime.
Wow, just an incredible game for both teams. And you just hate for these kids, really either team. I mean, you look at Coach Carr consoling Porter after what an effort he gave his body out there tonight, and for them to come up short, it's a darn shame for either one of these teams to lose this game, but hats off to Grace. What an effort there from number 3 getting into the end zone, but wow, what a game.
Let's close it out here. It's been a long night. 64-58 the final score. We appreciate you watching our middle school broadcast of Grace and Robertsville. Our next broadcast on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, will be Oak Ridge and Powell coming up a week from tomorrow, Friday. For Alex Myers, Caleb Riker, Braden Sharp, Titus Fetters, once again the final score, 64-58. Robertsville falls to Grace. So long, everybody.